It's so good. I got to try it twice.
Yep.
That just never gets old. Thank you very much for the intro, Fett. That's always, as always, that's amazing. It just never gets old.
That's a fun little tune.
Yes, never gets old. One day I'll probably put down the video with where that came from. That's actually awesome. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
And how is everybody tonight on this wonderful, for most of us, cold Saturday afternoon?
Mhm.
Wendy's in her balmy gear, out with a Mai Tai.
Hey, it's 51 degrees here, so I'm not complaining.
Bathing suit weather in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's swimming weather here in Minnesota.
We pay for it. We pay for it in the summer down here.
Yeah.
We pay for it here though during the summer because it's over 100 degrees every day. So.
Ouch.
No, that's a little much.
Yeah, that is.
Yep.
Still, you don't have to shovel heat.
That's true. That's true. And welcome to.
Well, very rarely does it snow or ice here.
Yeah,
I saw the 51 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, I saw the video of that massive vehicle accident last year during the ice storm in Texas. That was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot happened in Texas.
There was a lot of that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that.
One reason
we didn't have electricity here.
Well, that's one reason I'm glad I don't do the fire companies anymore, is I've seen enough of that kind of thing. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, welcome to another Just Cuz episode of King Dolphin TV. As you all know, Just Cuz doesn't have any particular theme. It's not
Something's wrong.
It's not quite a chill stream, but it's not one of the themed interview streams I usually have. This is just let it all happen. This afternoon, as you can see, we have a very distinguished panel. First, she stepped away. I guess she's having some technical difficulties, but here she comes. Let's get her on. All right, there. Okay.
Whoops. I want anybody to see my face.
Hello there.
I just woke up a little while ago.
That makes two of us.
Yeah.
Night shifts.
Yeah, you work night shifts too.
Correct.
Yeah. We welcome the return of Wendy Webb, trauma nurse extraordinaire, the trauma warrior, as she is now known on her avatar. Welcome, Wendy, from 51 degrees.
You gave me the name.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And we were honored to give you the name. We have the amazing Fett4Hire, who again is responsible for all the video graphic designs that you see on King Dolphin TV. He's responsible for the little intro logo and just everything here. Couldn't do it without you, Fett. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And hail all. I am guilty as charged.
More than that, too.
Yeah. We have the great Fez4Hire.
Hello, folks.
Great.
Nice
Glad
Pudgy
to have you.
Hedgehog is here.
Yep. I'll go.
Welcome to Hedgehog Stories.
Oh, yes.
Hail, Pudgy.
Yes. Hail, Pudgy. And then we have, for the first time, and definitely not the last, we have at his first King Dolphin stream, we have Baron Ormon Tagge. Welcome, sir. And
thank you.
Glad to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me.
He has a YouTube channel, and we'll go over we'll go over what you do on your channel, and we'll have Sandra put it out there. So, again, this is just because we don't have an interview thing. We have just fun. This is primarily fun for the panel, fun for people out there, and this should be a good time. I was talking to Wendy when we did her last visit to the Dolphin Pod. She came up with the top 5 things you do not say in surgery. And that went over so well. And then she consulted with her trauma team. And if you're on Doomcock channel, you hear about the trauma team all the time when Wendy's on. And so she consulted them. They started working on a top 5 list again. So I said, okay, let's spread it out to the panel. I already organized this panel before that visit. So I said, okay, let's have the panel do their own top 5 lists, and I think we can have the chat do top 5, add their top 5 lists to the Mayhem.
The bat phone.
The bat
Hello?
phone. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. You listen. I'm on the show right now. Okay. Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta go now. Sorry.
He's acting like he has friends. That was a setup.
Yeah.
He saw right through me.
And I, for one, would be interested on what Pudgy's top 5 would be. Once we get to it, I'm sure a little hedgehog like him is going to have some interesting top 5s. So, without further ado, let us welcome the people who have come to visit the chat. As always, the number 1, the person who is opening up the doors and making sure nobody is taking anything before the chat. Legatus Legionii, welcome aboard. Legatus, sorry. Legatus Legionii.
He frisked me on the way in.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh.
Well, at least I'm not
TMI.
alone.
Nobody ever frisked me.
My producer fisks me.
Woo!
We have Tyron Beard, all the way from Australia. How you doing, buddy? Glad to have you here.
Like it.
Oh, stop. We have Pudgy Hedgehog. Glad you are here, young man, young Hedgehog. Looking forward to having you on the chat here. And then we have Andy Masterson, the great creator, builder of action figures, and a good person, good friend to the show and to everybody in the community. So, welcome aboard. Let us get started here. Again, we're going to just start with top 5s, but let's just for those who don't know who have yet to meet the Baron, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, just a second here. I got my avalanche and stuff going on here. But besides a notorious pack rat, I started my channel. Of course, I started around and was watching YouTubes and such like that for a little bit, and then became. And yes, Sandra, I did enjoy it. That's the sad thing. I did enjoy it. And of course, hung around with the Doomcock channel, which of course, basically, I met all of you. I mean, the chat, people in the chat, so wonderful out there, and making all snarky comments left and right, and enjoying the show. And then it started meeting more and more. And my wife, the long suffering Mrs. Tagge, and even my kids, they kept on saying, you should do a channel yourself. It's like, who would want to listen to me? What's so interesting about me? I'm nothing. But I finally broke down and started my own channel. And it took actually a little while for me to try to decide what to do. Because I don't want to copy anybody out there. You don't want to copy Doomcock. Don't want to copy Gary. You don't want to copy Friday Night Tech Gang. Don't want to copy anybody. And I just kind of came time to an idea, do like about 5-minute little shorts, just pontificating about things. And it's kind of branched out a little bit, and I've suffered a little bit. I need to get some stuff out there. And now I do a live stream every Wednesday, or I try to now, where I just like to sit down and have one-on-one chats with people. Basically, we're so involved in the battle against the woke, trying to keep our culture here alive and not being destroyed by those out there. That sometimes we forget, where do we come from? What's this about? Why are we fighting? And it's nice to talk about people, as John Rindle was saying. He found out that people like Bruce Lombardo and I are like toy model trains and model train sets, and he started finding little new nuances. What makes people tick a little bit, kind of like the old talk shows of old, Johnny Carson. I'm talking about the old stuff, not the new stuff where the host thinks he's got to be the everything. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, I got roped in. I joke say roped in, but 24 Fusion Media got me involved with the King, so I do that every Sunday. So one show is a little bit more rambunctious, and my show was a little bit more quiet, and not, I wouldn't say somber, but more one-on-one, is not so wild, and good laughs and all. I just think about Johnny or think about Tom Schneider, stuff like that. So. Mm-hmm. That's what I like to try to look at. And, I as I sit back and say, I'm not a pop culture warrior. I'm not a pop culture expert at anything. I'm just coming at it as an old-time fan of multiple things, and expressing, my thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's sort of like me, although I was the same way. I'm like, as everybody else here knows, but to familiarize yourself on what we do here is... excuse me, I don't want to be just the fish in the big pop culture fan. I wanted something different. And since I'm a creator, shameless self plug. I wrote 2 books, and you know that. So trying to get word on my books out there, I figured why not help other creators get some word out there, and and in the same process started a show, bringing other people on that have done stuff, not necessarily creating, but doing things like a Civil Air Patrol, the Bunny Trail. And we do discuss Star Trek, which is my first love. So, so that's what I do here, And then fun streams like this, just stuff out of the norm, no theme, no limits. Well, there are limits, but my producer would say you couldn't find anybody interested. You couldn't find a creator, so you go and do a Just Cause. And I said, no. But no, you guys are great. I love you all. You guys are fantastic. You guys are fantastic, and I love you all, and I'm glad you come on. And I am definitely thinking that these panels they bring people together, and we all have fun. And that's the whole thing about this channel, having fun. Pudgy loved the bunny show. Let's see. All right. So, without further ado, I'm dying. We have to go ladies first. We've got to go ladies first to see what top 5 you came up with, Wendy.
Oh, he's a gentleman. He is.
Yeah, isn't he? Well, I was asking my trauma team, what kind of top fives, and they decided that they wanted to hear me give their top five things that they get irritated by me. Top five things that I irritate me.
Oh, whoa. How many of the team are listening?
Okay, I'm ready to take notes here.
They're probably all still asleep or just getting ready to wake up now. They're all going to be at the hospital at 6:30. But
Wow.
yeah, the list was actually, I think I counted 26 things on the list.
Oh, you had to cut it down. Oh, you had to cut it down big time.
Raymond, you need to just do a show on the list.
So
Yeah.
number 5 is from Kathy. Probably. I didn't even get to the surgeons. Well, Jimmy made it on this list.
Oh. Before we start, Dale,
I put
Big
hers
Daddy,
on
MRI. Thanks for coming.
But
Okay. If we haven't lost her.
so number 5 is from Kathy, and it irritates her when I ask her to help me audit charts. I know Sandra will understand that one. She hates when I ask her to do that. That's not fun. You got to just pour over the charts thoroughly and make sure everything's accurate, and it sucks. Being her boss, I can make her do it too. Number 4, David. David always complains that I don't cuss enough.
Huh?
Which I'm not sure, because I know whenever we had we had the hospital administrator snuck in on us one night while we were in the middle of a trauma, and he actually asked me if all that cussing was really productive. And my answer was, "Do you want this patient to live?" And he said, "Well, yeah." I said, "You got to let me do what I got to do, man." So, but his response to that was, because he's a big NASCAR fan, and he says, "Well, you know, I remember hearing Dale Earnhardt Sr. one time say that he never stopped steering when his car was flipping because he felt like it was helping. So I guess if you got it, you gotta." So, but yeah, no, he thinks I could cuss more. He was in the Army also. Raul doesn't like it. Raul complains that I always make him carry heavy stuff for me.
Oh, so
He's
that's
the
number
youngest
3?
member of the team. He's in his late 20s. So yeah, I make him carry that, and it irritates him sometimes.
Well, that's his
Jimmy,
job.
number 2. It irritates. Jimmy, what irritates Jimmy is I like being flipped off. So I like it when she flips me off, and that irritates her.
Oh.
And the number 1
Okay.
thing is from Olga. And it irritates her that I try to talk over her while she's singing, because I don't want to have to listen to the singing.
Speaking of Olga, how is the Wonder Girl? How is she doing? Hello?
Oh no.
I think she pulled her cord again.
Yeah, must have pulled the cord. Let me just. You there? Oh,
What's going on?
I'm sure we'll
We heard something.
see. It's the ghost of Olga. You say something about Olga, she loses the connection. Olga has to have done something to her computer.
Sabotage.
You heading out already, Tyron? Hope you.
Oh,
Tyron. Hope you were gonna stay, but you take care, buddy.
G'day, Tyron.
have a good one there, Tyron. By Tyron's spirit, I salute you.
Mm-hmm. Wendy, you still here? Well, while we're going,
Yep.
Pudgy thinks you got. Baron Pudgy thinks you got on fire, so.
I'm hot.
Oh, okay. John, get the fire hose out.
Yep. Good Lord.
Yes.
That was the fire truck driving up.
Yeah. Well, I've told you about this microphone here. It's just.
Well, I thought there was a Minnesota mosquito.
So I
Were
used to
y'all
live
able
in
to hear
Minnesota.
the top five? Because my internet is connection must not be great.
Yeah, we got through the top five. You were telling us about Olga's number one irritant, and I asked you how she's doing.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Pudgy, are you screwing with Wendy's speakers, her internet? Dang, that is loud. I'm like off the corner. I'm like, my desk is like right off the corner, and the street's like right over there, and trucks come all over the place.
Wait
And
until
I
my
guess,
dogs start barking.
yeah, and Snoopy. Okay, well, while we wait for Wendy, and I'm sure. Okay, we'll see you in a bit, Legatus. I'm sure we will be around. Please stay on. Please come back.
I'm here. I think my
Okay.
internet connection is terrible.
Well, I think it's all. I think it. I think internet's with everybody working from home. It's really hurting the internets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Been a
Okay.
strain.
Yeah. So third time's the charm. Real quick. How's Olga?
Uh-oh.
Olga is doing
No, I
pretty
think that's
good. She's at home recovering. You know, she's got that speech impediment, but she's been going to speech therapy. So
Cool.
Okay.
Well, is it more of a stutter?
her. Well, she talks very fast normally, but her speech kind of drags and stutters.
Ah,
But I mean, you had somebody digging around down in the middle of your brain and putting a clip on the aneurysm. You know, you're gonna have something happen.
yeah.
Wow.
It'd be unusual if she didn't have something, but she's doing pretty good.
Good.
Awesome.
Well, send her our Sandra's and my thoughts and prayers.
There's also.
Yeah, we're always
too.
thinking about
Oh,
Olga.
absolutely.
Yeah, we didn't even get to meet her yet.
Yeah, she's gonna have to come on.
Yeah,
when
I know
she's
what
up
that's
to it.
like
I
having
know.
someone. I know what it's like having someone digging
She
around in
will.
your brain.
Once she's very
Mm.
self-conscious too. She's very self-conscious about talking. Right now, the only way she just texts. She's embarrassed about her speech, but she'll get over it. It'll get better.
Yeah. You were saying,
She just
Fett?
needs time. But as a
Well,
nurse, she's an impatient nurse like the rest of us. So.
I was just saying that I had brain surgery myself, and I know what it's like having somebody digging around in your brain.
Mm.
That's probably what happened to me.
It brought out the creative juices, though.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, Fett.
I was reading about Meatloaf. May he rest in peace.
Yes.
Mhm.
I was reading about Meatloaf. You were making me think about that Fett4Hire. I had read an article today. They were talking about when Meatloaf was in high school, and he'd gotten hit over the head during a track and field events, and one of the shots hit him on the head, and that was whenever he realized he had so many different octaves and could sing so good. He says that's because he got hit in the head, and that's why he ended up having the voice range that he does or did.
Wow.
I'm really sad that he passed. I really liked Meatloaf.
That's what his Aunt Daisy told me. I used to work for her and his cousin Kelly Bishop at the Music Box Dinner Playhouse in Swarsville, Pennsylvania. And his Aunt Daisy was a sweetheart of a lady. She was real Texas, awesome lady. But I read, that was back in the 80s. I wish I could remember more of the stories they told. But yeah, she told the one about him getting hit and how he learned he could sing like that. That was pretty awesome.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know somebody one of the female co-singers. She was on Night Court.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
Ellen Foley.
yeah.
Ellen Foley. She was
Which
Billy.
one?
She was
Yeah.
Billy, the lawyer Billy.
Yeah, the one
Oh,
before
okay.
Monkey Post.
Yeah, the one before. She
Yeah.
was my favorite, actually.
Yeah.
She was my
I
favorite.
like that show.
I liked Marky Post, but I loved Billy before. She was my favorite.
I like Marky Post, man. Oh,
Yeah.
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 But Marky Post was.
Yeah. Yes, and may she rest in peace.
As a lesbian, I agree.
Yeah. She may she rest in peace. She went way too young.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who is it? The only survivors of that show are John Larroquette
And Richard Mole.
and Richard Mole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marsha Warfield's still around?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I do not know.
She might be. I don't think
Hello,
she's passed.
Wikipedia.
Yes, Wikipedia.
Yes.
Well, let me check. Let me have my producer take a look. She can take a look here. So unless.
yes, I believe she is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but just about everyone else is gone. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Long Suffering Night, I actually started watching that again. They had it on the Amazon there, and it's starting from episode 1 on. So,
Well, they've been talking about another a reboot of it, which I don't. How can you do?
Yeah. They'll never capture that charm again.
no.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was just
No.
out of this world funny. And it was at the right time.
That cast just
You know,
had the greatest chemistry. They just had
Oh,
the
yeah.
best chemistry.
Yes, definitely.
And the way they blocked some of it, I remember distinctly the one bit where Richard Mole, being so tall, he's in front of this light sconce with the two bulbs on either side,
Mhm.
and it looked like Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
And it was just that had to be done on purpose.
Marsha
Yeah.
Warfield Marsha Warfield still is alive.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
We know
she
Brent
had
Spiner
some
had
good
recurring roles on that show too.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
he was the
Yeah, he was the crazy guy on there. Yeah, yeah.
No,
The turtle
He
guy
was
too.
He was
he,
he's
they
the husband and wife that were really
Yeah.
poor hicks.
mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
He was one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some. That was a breakthrough show, and
It was the right time, the right atmosphere in the country. Everything was just lined up.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, John
and,
Larroquette.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marsha Warfield, she was actually on a rather unknown movie. She was on DC Cab.
Yep.
She was one of the cab drivers. I loved her role. My favorite role was when she went to who was it? The guy from Barney Miller. I forgot his name, but she comes
Al
on.
Linden?
No,
No.
not Abe
Oh.
Vigoda.
No. Wasn't the one that played the Polish cop, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Max
can't
Scale.
remember.
Max
Yeah.
Scale.
Yeah, Matt Scale. Yeah, she goes up to him and says, "You have this animal magnetism. You attract animals." That was one of my favorites. Well, you had Mr. T.
Mhm.
Wasn't Busey in that too?
Huh?
Wasn't Busey in that too?
Yes, Busey was on it.
Yeah.
Mr. T. A couple of wrestlers were on it. It was a great movie. I think it was underrated.
Been ages since I've seen that.
But yeah, I don't know how they can come back and do a night court with only John Litt. Well, they could with John Litt if it was only John Larroquette.
But in this culture, though, it's like, how can you go do a funny comedy? Because there's so much self-deprecating humor. There was so much shots that were taken left and right.
Yeah.
And you would
You had
be
the pratfall.
insults.
You had the slapstick humor. All of it was like right there.
Right.
And it had great roles
Yeah.
for women that weren't woke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Marky
Yeah.
Post, as beautiful as she was, she had great lines and great
Mhm.
scenes in that.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And funny as all hell.
Mhm.
She had
And
great
of
other
course,
things
Selma
too.
Diamond, you know, she was awesome. I
Yep.
can't remember the name of the one that came right after her, but she was just a lady with no filter whatsoever.
Right.
Not
Said
not
whatever
Selma,
was
not
on her
Selma
mind.
Diamond, but I know who you're talking about. I wish I can remember the name myself.
Yeah. And there were so many others that were guests on it. The one that was lost in the old movies was really cool.
Yeah.
And I can't remember her name. That might have been Nana Visitor, if I'm remembering right, but I could be wrong. It's been so long.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
right. She did have a
brightest
guest
day.
star in that one.
Hello, brightest day. Welcome aboard.
I mean, well, talk about what they had for shows at that time. I mean, you had Cheers followed by Night Court, and then
Yep.
I mean, Thursday night was the night. There's just
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the big night. That was the big night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you went into ER and whatnot. ER and whatnot after the comedy shows.
Yeah. And then NBC had Remington Steele, the A-Team, and another one I can't remember.
Ooh, the
Was it
18.
Hunter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 18.
Big fan of
Hunter,
the-
yeah, Hunter.
Oh,
was a
Hunter,
great
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Hunter was a good show too.
And the woman on that one I loved because, you know, the makeup and hair was so 80s and she was so perfect for that time.
Yeah.
And, you know, she was awesome.
What, Dee Dee McCall was the name of the character?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I often
Yeah.
thought about making a Doomcock, a Dictor instead of Hunter, but I didn't know if anybody would remember the show.
That'd be awesome.
Come on, Fat.
You
on,
could do
Fat.
it.
Look at us.
Come on, you can do it.
Oh, I can do it. I can do it. I just didn't know if anybody remembered the show.
Oh, yeah.
Well, look at us. We know. We remember.
True. True.
That's true.
We're not dead yet, Sonny.
That's true.
That
Close.
the show Hunter, when I was a kid and just learning how to play the guitar, the Hunter theme song is one of the first things I ever figured out.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
Awesome.
by ear. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then the 18.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dwight Schultz was a comedian.
Oh,
a genius.
yeah.
He's a genius.
Absolutely.
He knew how to present insanity in a sane way.
Yeah. And he did a whole lot of impressions. I remember his James Mason was flawless.
Huh.
That was weird. I can't remember what the episode was.
Hmm.
That and the bit where they got him on a chair with all these trash bags in it and hair dryers to make a hot air balloon.
I want a trash bag. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey!
When I was young, I was like, all my siblings are 10 years older than me.
Mhm.
So I had a sister that had kids that were just about my age. So they used to always stay at my house. And my one nephew, man, he used to drive me nuts with that episode. He would just like sing, I want a trash bag all day long. All day long, because Murdoch was his favorite character. Yeah. So I'll never forget that episode.
And George Papard had an earlier show. It was a detective show. I can't remember the name of it. Vanacek.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great show. That was fun.
George Papard was a great actor, but a pain in the butt, I hear.
Yes. That's
Well,
what I
most
heard.
of them are.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I think that comes from a sense of not being in control of every aspect. You know, when you're bored to death waiting between shots and all this and setups.
Did anyone ever see on YouTube, there are videos of George Papard. I think it's from, I want to say Match Game or something. It was an old game show where he would be on, where they actually had to like cut to commercials and things because of his attitude and whatnot.
Really?
Yeah, you can check that out. There are videos on YouTube. I just watched them not that long ago. Yeah, pretty
Hmm.
interesting.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll have to check
I
that
know.
out.
Yeah.
I know they had that problem with Paul Lynde on the Hollywood Squares, but
Well, yeah, he was a diva.
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
In so many ways.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Fett4Hire, what is your top 5 list?
Okay, I figured everybody would probably cover like TV shows, movies, things like that. So I figured since I'm the heavy metal Star Wars fan and evil genius, I do some metal bands. 'Cause I know Fez down there. He's a metal fan, so he might appreciate this. I actually even wrote some things down to try to be more professional here.
All right.
So
Wow.
yes,
First time for everything.
Yeah.
this is true. Okay, can I share my screen?
Mhm.
All right.
If you can, let's see.
How does that work anyway? Oh, the button.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Press the button. Press the button. Let her loose.
Let's see. Okay, there we go.
Am I up?
Oh no.
Oh.
Now
Okay.
that's professional.
Show
Okay,
off.
so it's not just metal bands.
Put the
it's
rest
metal
of us to
bands.
shame already.
It's metal bands you probably never heard of but should have.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, because in my opinion they were just as good as any other band that was big back in the 80s, but maybe they didn't have the right marketing or maybe released the wrong singles, but they were great bands. So number 5, Leatherwolf. Okay, they formed in Huntington Beach, California in 1981. They released 5 studio albums. The band has earned the name Triple Axe Attack for pioneering the use of a 3-guitar lineup in heavy metal. Some of my favorite songs from the band include The Calling, Wicked Ways, Street Ready, Hideaway, and Thunder. Very underrated band, very worth checking out. The stuff still sounds great to this day. They're still doing things to this day. Check them out. Number 4, Crimson Glory. Crimson Glory formed in 1983 in Sarasota, Florida, and were considered one of the pioneers of American progressive metal movement, along with Queensryche, Dream Theater, and Fate's Warning. So if you like those bands, you would love these guys. They lost their singer. His name was Midnight on July 8th, 2009 to stomach aneurysm. And in 2010, Todd LaTorre became their new frontman until 2012 when he replaced Jeff Tate as vocalist for Queensryche. But this is one band that I couldn't imagine my life without. Their second album right here, Transcendence, every song on that is killer. If you like progressive metal, you like the little more smarter things in music rather than just love songs and this and that, you should check it out. Great band. All right. Number 3, Lizzie Borden. All right, Lizzie.
I've heard of
them.
Great band. Lizzie Borden formed in
I've
1983
heard
in
their
Los
songs.
Angeles.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're a killer band. They were founded by brothers Gregory Charles, aka Lizzie Borden, and Joey Scott Hargis. They were influenced by Van Halen, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, and Judas Priest. So if you like any of those bands, you would dig them too. The shock rock stage theatrics contain enough blood and guts to make even Kiss and Alice
I loved
Cooper
all those
envious.
bands.
Yep. So you would like Lizzie. Some of my favorite songs from them: Give 'Em the Axe, Love You to Pieces, Dead Serious, American Metal, and Me Against the World. When you're like feeling down and like the world is out to get you, Me Against the World is a great song. All right. Number 2, Metal Church.
Heard of them.
Metal Church formed in San Francisco in 1980, then relocated to Aberdeen, Washington under the name Shrapnel before changing their name officially to Metal Church in 1983. On May 10th, 2005, original vocalist David Wayne died of complications from injuries sustained in a car accident. On July 26th, 2021, Mike Howe, Metal Church's second vocalist, committed suicide. So the band's future is currently in question, but Some of my favorite songs from them are Beyond the Black, Gods of Wrath, Ton of Bricks, Watch the Children Pray, Badlands, and Date with Poverty. Now, one thing that has always been kind of a joke amongst me and my family is if I was to be a professional wrestler, the song Ton of Bricks off the album The Dark, their second album right here, would be my song, because I'll tell you what, there's no other song on this planet that makes me feel like punching somebody in the face when I listen to Ton of Bricks. So very, very underrated band. If you like Metallica and Megadeth, things like that, this band is just as good as them, and in my opinion should be one of the big four, but unfortunately they're not. So anyway, on to the number one. In my view, the most underrated band on this planet, Raven. Okay. Raven formed in Newcastle, England in 1974 by brothers John and Mark Gallagher. They have released 14 studio albums. Part of the new wave of British heavy metal scene, they're often referred to as athletic rock, which is one of the things that I think worked against them. Anyway, Raven is also considered a major influence and inspiration on the development of the thrash, speed, and power metal genres. Headliners Raven, notably, had a then relatively unknown Metallica open for them on Metallica's first ever national tour. It can be said, arguably, that without Raven, there may never have been a Metallica. And as a huge Megadeth fan myself, I couldn't imagine my life without Megadeth or the mighty Raven. That's why, to this day, I am a Raven lunatic for life. Some of my favorite songs from Raven are Crash Bang Wallop, On and On, The Power and the Glory, Rock Dogs, On the Wings of an Eagle, and Juggernaut. Now, let me just say, the album Stay Hard. Okay, I know, it's funny. It's a funny title, but it's very metal. I got to say, that album right there, in some of the darkest times in my life, I've listened to that album, and it has pulled me through. So when people make fun of heavy metal and say it's noise and things like that, it really offends me, because without heavy metal in my life, yes, there's Star Wars, but I don't know. There's just something about music. I just can't imagine still being here without the album Stay Hard. Killer album, worth a listen. Okay, that's my top 5. So
great.
Hope I didn't bore anybody or anything, but
no, that was great.
And you heard it right here, folks. He said he was a Raven lunatic.
Yes.
Well, On and On was a great song. And I remember, about a year ago, I found the video for that on YouTube and played it over and over. That was great.
That is a cheesy video, but man, is that cool. It's like cool cheese. It really is cool cheese.
Yeah. And the girl was cute.
Yes. But, and just a little side note, that song right there was one that my mom always insulted me with my music. On and on and on and on and on. I say some real great songwriting there, but no, it really is. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah, and we used to read in the Hit Parader and the other magazines about how they would be injured during their shows, and they couldn't miss a beat. They just keep on going, and after the shows, they'd have to rebuild the guitars over and over.
Yes,
I think it was the guitar tech said we had just a bunch of pieces we had to glue together overnight. So they didn't have the money Paul Stanley has.
No, but, that's for sure.
But they were an awesome band.
Well, how many guitars did Pete Townsend destroy?
Oh yeah. I mean, he was the one who more or less invented that whole thing, and you hear different stories of he was frustrated at a show, or he wanted to do some sort of performance art with destroying them, what have you. Crazy stuff. I mean, I'd sit there going, no, I want that.
Send it to me.
Yeah, mail it to me. Now I'm inundated with the damn things.
Okay. Baron, your turn.
Oh, sure. Have me follow that. Oh.
But before we start, Pudgy Hedgehog has I guess a compliment for you. I thought I saw this. I said, this sounds like Pudgy likes what you do. Hardcore, uncensored, no subject off limits. I think that's what he meant. Baron hits all the topics. Donuts versus cookies. Well, that's pudgy. And why Kurtzman is behind it all. LOL. Pudgy bounces. Thank you, Pudgy. Hail, Pudgy.
Thank you, Pudgy. Very kind of you. So I got my list right here. It's I got it notarized and everything in great detail.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, it's not. I got a small list here. And actually, I was thinking what would be kind of unique. And of course, yeah, it's in the realm of television science fiction and such like that.
Mhm.
And I was thinking what would be what I thought, and this is kind of a rough list, actually, because I wanted to hit kind of different subgenres and such, horror, science fiction, fantasy, and such.
Mhm.
The worst translation from book to finished film to product, television or whatever. Now, with that, it does not mean that the finished product that was in film was bad. That's not the point of this. It's just that how the book was far different than what we saw on the screen. And the first one, actually, I want to go back to 1931, I believe was the year, the movie Dracula with Bela Lugosi. And that is, and it's actually, I'm fudging a little bit because the film itself was not based fully on the book. It was based on 2 stage plays. They originally did 1 stage play. It didn't quite work well. They retooled it. And then they did a 2nd stage play that had Bela Lugosi in it. And from that stage play, they translated that into a film, which is far easier than doing a book. But if you follow the book along to the plays, and then, of course, the final movie, they obviously hit areas on there, but they're not very alike at all. The Count, obviously, in the books, if people read that, was more of a background character that you felt more than actually saw, which is hard to do on a screen, where the presence of Bela Lugosi just shined on there. So you had an excellent book, an excellent movie, but that translation was not exactly the best in that aspect of it. Number 4, and this one where I'm going to actually slam the movie, is I, Robot. Now, the original I, Robot book, I think, is brilliant. Anybody who asks me, what's a good book for someone who is a non-science fiction fan? To get into science fiction, I would say, read I, Robot. It's written by an intelligent man, obviously Asimov, who does not write down to people. He writes very intelligent because he feels that the people that are reading it are smart people. They might not have doctorates, but he doesn't insult the audience and still brings out a story that people can relate to. And of course, it was 5 different, I believe, short stories compiled into the book, 5 different eras in the robot. Well, we got, of course, the Will Smith, bang, bang, shoot 'em up, typical let's make noise movie, which makes one cry because if anyone read the script that was done by Harlan Ellison and what we were cheated there, we missed an excellent adaptation from the book to a film compared to what we got with Will Smith. Now, number 3, Logan's Run. Logan's Run, the book itself, if you read the book, and it's in some ways the same way with The Running Man with Richard Bachman, a.k.a. Stephen King. Both those books are, from movie to film, far different. For Logan's Run, the age of extermination, you might say, was at the age of 21. Well, they couldn't do that because how could you express that sexuality and such when you're dealing with people that are kind of in an uncomfortable area with minors? So they actually increased the age to 30, which I don't know if they intended to or not, but how ironic with the flower power, the hippie movement saying trust nobody over 30. Well, 30 is the year that they offed people in that film. You also had the fact that in the book, there was a transcontinental thing compared to this domed city, completely and utterly different that you had between the two. Again, a great movie, great book. So if anybody has not read the book, please read it and see what the difference is. Now, I don't see Brandon, the anime guy, in here, but I do have something for Brandon here. It's actually going to an area of anime, and it's The Lensman. Anyone who's familiar with the 6-book series by E.E. Doc Smith, basically the man who ushered in what we now have for space opera. Basically the foundations of what you have for Star Wars, what you have for the foundation for stuff like Babylon 5, even Star Trek. And in the 80s, the Japanese anime did a very, very loose adaptation. In fact, the Doc Smith estate is not very happy with it, which is why you don't see it in existence much around, and it's hard to find. And they even did a manga series. The series that they did there, no way, shape, and form even matches Doc Smith, other than the fact that you have a few names here and there. And that's about it. It just goes its own direction, utterly and completely. And the jury's out for me how good that is. I'm still kind of watching it myself, but I'm fully aware of it. But if anyone hasn't read Doc Smith, please do that. You won't. You're cheating yourself if you don't read Doc Smith. Number one is one that has been talked about on Doomcock and others across the board because it deals with was he or wasn't he, and that's Blade Runner. Of course, based off the book by Philip K. Dick. Probably one of the best names you could ever have for a science fiction novel. Do androids dream of electric sheep? I mean, that is a brilliant name. And again, it's a book that, the Blade Runner was actually basically almost two films. They had the idea when they meshed in Philip K. Dick's work. Brilliantly done. Great movie. One of the best science fiction films at all time. I am not taking that away. But if you want to go and read another one where you're dealing with mind trips and what, who, where, when, why, take the time and read Dick's work, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? And be prepared. You're not going to get Blade Runner in it. But you are going to get yourself some good science fiction. You can see where the foundations of that film was. So that's my top 10 list of bad translations from books to movie. I mean, there's a whole slew of them I could have gone into. And, I was actually racking my brains on it still, even before we come to the show, because I'm thinking through other films and this, but I wanted to kind of have a little spaced out a little bit with getting anime, horror, and science fiction involved in this.
That's a good one, and that's one I was. I agree with you. There's been a lot of books that just didn't translate into well into movie form. And being an author, sometimes in the back of my mind, I want to say, how would my book translate into the screen, whether the little screen or the big screen? And my biggest thing is, who would I want to produce it? And I definitely don't want the rat doing it.
No, definitely not.
I don't want that rat anywhere near my story.
And unfortunately, that rat's hands are over so many things right now. you almost need to have an independent studio or independent minds, or find some of these YouTubers out here that are doing stuff and say, hey, let's go get together and do it. Yeah. And then let's show them how it's done, which I think is going to be the next generation of filmmakers here. We're going to find them out of YouTube here.
Yeah. It's out there. It's out there. If you look at a lot of the fanfic stuff, before CBS put their cease and desist on stuff, there are a lot of good Star Trek fanfics, like Star Trek Continues.
Oh, that was great.
Right.
Hidden Frontier, which I love. The effects were cheesy at best. The clothing was, and they do go into, oh boy, how am I going to say this with not with Wendy not slapping me? They do overdo the LGB stuff.
Yeah, towards the end there, they really did on that series. Yeah.
Oh, you've seen it?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean, noble effort they were doing. Honestly, a noble effort. They did a really good job.
Yeah, I loved Odyssey. Odyssey was awesome. Odyssey was awesome. And spoiler for anybody who has not seen it, I love how they resolved the filth. If you actually look at toward the tail end of Odyssey, you'll see that they did a really great way of fixing the filth, preventing the filth from even happening. So, but I won't go too much into it. You got to watch the series. But yeah, it was a good effort. A lot of flaws, but it was great.
for a bunch of fan people getting together, exactly. And we were talking about that across the way. There's like Batman 1986, I believe, is a fan film that was done up just recently that trying to get the ambiance. And of course, it's not for the kiddies. It has a lot of raw language and violence in it, but it's Punisher and Batman together for a team up. Excellent job. You have Judge Minty, which I think, when people ask me what's the best Judge Dredd film out there, is it Dredd or is it Judge Dredd? I said no, it's Judge Minty. It's a fan film. They do it, spot on what Judge Dredd should be about, and that's just it. These fans do love it so much. The thing is they need to start doing some original stuff and showing what they can do originally. And by doing so, that will where they start breaking the doors. And there'll be the new Coppolas, there'll be the new Spielbergs, there'll be the new Scorseses, there'll be the new Lucases, there'll be the new Spielbergs.
Yeah.
Well, there's a studio that puts out a lot of stuff on YouTube called Dust. And they have a story out called Adam. And if you're into cyborg and mystery and just weird stuff like that, it's that there's 3 parts that are out so far. And they kind of leave you hanging between parts. And it's been a while since they've done one. But, it's a really interesting take on, the dystopian future and how they use criminals. And it's worth checking out. And there's a number of others in the steampunk genre. One in particular is fantastic. It's called Tea Time. And I can't remember the name of the girl, but she is just fantastic, and she's cute as a button, but she's amazing. And it's just a little short film. Funny as hell. But there's a lot of that kind of stuff out there. It's just a lot of people don't know it's there.
Yeah. Okay. John, Fez, what you got?
All right. Well, to preface this, I'm not going to get into any modern day stuff. But, the way things are going, I've decided to throw my considerable number of hats into the ring and run for, the biggest political office there is, whether that's Kathleen Kennedy's job or president. So the top 5 reasons to vote for me. Number 5, my mommy likes me. Come on, America. You know you want me. Number 3, a rabbit chicken in every pot and a pot for every rabbit chicken. My stand on the inheritance tax, you can't take it with you, but I can take it from you. And the number 1 reason to vote for me, hey, it's Fez.
And Fezes are cool.
Is that your Fez that Harvey wears, by the way?
No, mine is back here. If I can get my leg off my foot. And, oh, sure. Kill the teddy bear. Oh.
The teddy bear?
Yeah, that's Roly Poly, my shop foreman.
Oh, okay.
And because where I'm sitting right now, I'm in the office. 3 feet away is the shop. And it's a disaster at the moment. But
so is my office.
Yeah, the Fez that I have, this was my grandfather's from Hiram Temple.
Ooh,
and
nice.
It's mine now. I'm a member of the Carbon Shrine Club down in Lehighton, Pennsylvania. And I'm just so proud to have inherited that and all the other Masonic gear I've got. I don't know, Baron, if you can see the swords behind me on the wall. Those are all the Family Knight Templar swords.
Okay.
And the proudest night of my life, I got to tell you, was the sword that's shining the most there was my great-great-grandfather's, or my great-grandfather's sword. That was also used by my grandfather. And when I became eminent commander of Packer Commandery and Jim Thorpe, that was presented to me by the district deputy grand master or division commander in commandery. But I was just so thrilled to have that. And then in the diamond box up above the swords are the past commander jewels from the family.
Oh, okay.
And
Nice.
you know, it was just I was just so proud of that stuff. And you know, carrying on the old family tradition is a lot of fun. I'm historian in my Masonic lodge right now, so I'm writing the history of the lodge, and that's been an adventure because I've got all the old minutes books, all the old letters, and fortunately, in the 1800s, the editor of the local newspaper in Pittston was a member of the lodge. So I've got all the information that he made sure he put in there for meeting nights, dedications of new Masonic halls, you know, all the whole history of some of the men who were in the lodge, you know, and Pittston at one time was basically a Masonic town like Wilkes-Barre and Scranton. We're in a lot of other towns because your prominent businessmen were all either Masons or Oddfellows, which are two different things, but really cool organizations. And my great-great-grandfather was an Oddfellow. And, you know, I just have so much fun with that. And the fact that, you know, several years ago, well, 2010, 2011, I was a locksmith at a major university in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I don't say the name out loud anymore. But I had a good career going. I brought in a multi-million-dollar locksmith project for under budget, under time. And, you know, this was right when my boss had gone out with cancer, so I had to take care of it. And I did such a good job on that, and that's when the jealousy in the office started. And all the backstabbing, all the backbiting, and watching my career get destroyed by these people for no good reason. I was searching through a drawer basically for, well, I'll call it a lead injection. And instead of finding that, I found my grandfather's rings. And it was right at that moment I sent an email to Grand Lodge, Pennsylvania, and said, find me a lodge, it's time. 3 days later, master of the local lodge shows up at the house. Hey, John, come for a ride and I'll show you the lodge and I'll tell you, you know, what it's all about. He's a great guy, wonderful friend, and a true brother of the craft. I mean, I've had such a good time since I joined Masons. It's the best thing I ever did with my life. And especially with the lodge I'm in now, since I moved back up home, it's incredible because, you know, I'm sitting in the same chairs with the same podiums, the same working tools that my grandfather and my great-grandfather used. And I mean, that's such an amazing feeling, you know. All the ghosts are there, so to speak. And I've just had such a great time with it. And one of the things we're doing now in Masons, it used to be, I couldn't ask you to, you know, if you wanted to be a Mason. You had to come to me. Well, the new Grand Master in Pennsylvania, it has put out that, yes, you can ask people that you think would be good Masons to come and join. And, you know, it's changing a little bit in that area so that we can get more members, because right now it's tough to get enough people out to fill the chairs, let alone the side seats. But no, it's a great organization. They do $3 million a day worth of charity around the world. And that's just in the Blue Lodges. In Royal Arch, we support the Ronald McDonald House heavily. The Knights Templars has the Knight Templar Eye Foundation, which I believe is located in Minnesota. The offices for it. So there's so much going on. It's great. Yeah. First rule of Masonry is you don't talk about Masonry. Here's the thing on that. There are secrets in the lodge. There are a number of reasons for those secrets. Of course, one, it's a fraternity. It's a specialized group of people. And one of the reasons is you want to make sure you've got actual brother Masons in your lodge when you open it. The other is, if you can be trusted with the secrets of the lodge, you can be trusted with the secrets of a brother when he comes to you for good counsel when he has a problem. And I've been involved in that, where somebody came to me and said, hey, I have a real problem here. And what do I do? And, you know, I've helped him get the help he needs. When I didn't have the ability to say, I know what to do here, I go to somebody else. I don't give them the name, but I say, brother so-and-so is having this problem. I don't know what to do. Can you advise me? And it works like that. One of the other things is when I tried to open a business down in Lehighton, the borough manager is actually Palmer. The borough manager is a brother in my lodge, and I didn't know how to get the borough license. Now, this is the difference between what you see on YouTube and what is reality. On YouTube, they would say, oh, well, you just pushed the paperwork through and had him sign it. No, that's not what happens. Dwayne was able to instruct me on the correct and legal way to go to the borough office, you fill out this form, you sign it. The person who's in charge of that goes to your house and, you know, make sure you've got the parking, make sure that everything is what you say it is, and they'll sign off on it. Once they sign off on it, it goes up to Dwayne as approved, and he just puts his official signature on it as borough manager. And you're going completely legal. The big difference is now you have the knowledge of what the process is. And anybody can go to the borough manager and say that, but I had him right there, you know, right with me. And he's more than willing to help, you know. So that was a great thing for me. Unfortunately, the business failed because I bought a van that died within 15 minutes of me getting it.
Was it a Chevy van?
Yeah, actually it was. It was.
Like a rock. Like a rock.
And yeah, what happened was, I don't know much about engines, but there's a rod that lifts up and down for, I guess it operates a rocker thing for the valves. And it had actually bent into an S shape going up a hill. And it cost me $2,400 to replace the engine. And I had $1,000 to my name left after that. So that was living money. And that was about the time I decided I got to head back up home because I just can't afford this anymore.
See, you should have gotten the van that had the AstroTurf at the back.
Yeah. Well, the reason I bought this one, it had under the floor, it had the pull-out drawers for all the tools and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really set up nice. It had been a contractor's van. But, you know, what a disappointment. But at the same time, it led me back up here. And I got to tell you, with the exception of my sister passing away from breast cancer and the loss of my cat, I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. You know, I mean, it's really been great. And note to all the ladies out there, please get your mammograms. To all the guys out there, drag your ladies kicking and screaming if you have to. Get them to the mammograms. You don't want to go through what I went through.
Good advice. Good advice.
Yep.
Good advice.
My wife gets hers regularly.
Yeah.
Sandra gets hers too.
While we're talking about breasts, is Wendy Webb still here? She's still there?
I'm here. You can probably hear Cheyenne barking. She wants to go out.
All right. The last time that I was on King Dolphin, I was discussing the boob armor controversy on the internet, and Wendy was in the chat, and she was saying stuff, joking, and this and that and the other thing, and I made a comment, something like, the next time you're going to appear on King Dolphin, I'll make your avatar, you with boob armor. And I was joking. So some time went by, and she was set to appear, and Raymond messaged me and asked me to whip up, a thumbnail for Wendy's stream. And I was like, well, what do you want me to put on it? And Raymond's like, well, I thought you were going to do the boob armor. And I was like, I can't do that. I don't want to offend Wendy. So he goes and he messages Wendy, and I get a message back from her. Now, this is just pointing out what a good sport she is, because Raymond, you said earlier about offending her. I don't think he can, because she messages me back.
I was in the Army.
She messages me back and says, yeah, do the boob armor. She says, as a matter of fact, let's see what you got. you can't embarrass me. So I thought at one point, I'm going to share my screen again. Okay.
While you're doing that, hail Snora Poopas!
Whoa!
Hello!
Snort.
Hello, stay away from the otters.
So
And
I at one point I sent her this.
awesome.
And so yeah, I don't think you can offend her, Raymond. I really won't worry about that. So
No, I don't think so.
You can't. No.
Yeah.
I'm no.
I don't
It
think I
takes a
saw that
lot to offend me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had sent it to me on my DM on Twitter, and yeah, I loved it. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
And fireworks
Wow.
coming out of the boob armor. Gotta love
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah.
it.
Oh, Tiger Stripes, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good people. Good people.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the thing I enjoy most about all of this stuff is I've met so many good people. And when I didn't have the lodge to go to during the whole COVID thing,
Mhm.
you know, I had Doomcock to go to, Gary for a while, but I think a lot of us saw early on and this time last year where that was going.
Mhm.
And it's just been great, especially with Doomcock and with you, and more recently Baron Ormon Tagge, having a lot of fun with it. You meet so
Yeah.
many cool people.
It's
You do.
Yeah, I've
We're-
met so many
we're-
cool people too.
Mhm.
you think Baron
What
Ormon
an
Tagge
amazing
is cool?
community.
Oh yeah.
Well, you froze me. Of course I'm cool.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I made him cool. That's right.
Well, see,
Yeah.
It's because
is-
of
this
that
is
I'm
the-
cool.
This is the other thing. Baron Ormon Tagge is extremely cool. He's got the
See, this is
beard.
called-
He's got the fan. He's got the pipe. He's my guy.
Yeah.
This is called artificial intelligence. It makes you look smarter than you really are.
Yep.
I've had my share of those long time ago.
And somewhere around here, I have my Missouri meerschaum, which for
Ooh.
layman is a corncob pipe. And
Yeah, I had actually a meerschaum.
You want to see? This is what I got for Christmas.
Uh-oh.
I only had smoked it once on the King show.
Whoa.
oh wow,
Oh,
Nice.
a buddy of mine
my.
has one like that, but not quite that
Nice.
long. Awesome.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Snort.
Very
Yeah, I'm
sweet.
compensating
human
for
disguise.
something here.
There you go, Snort, for your.
But hang on a minute, I'll be right back.
Okay. And then we'll do my top 5, and then we're gonna see what the chat has to offer with their top 5s.
But while he's doing that, though, I have to sit back and say, it's like just the people are in the chats everywhere that we've met. They're wonderful, and I love every one of you. I mean,
Oh, thank
all
you.
of you guys are just wonderful.
Thank you.
Ooh.
I am making my
Yeah,
own.
My
oh,
MacArthur pipe,
MacArthur pipe. Yeah.
almost as big as his. I think his was about 2 inches taller.
Yeah. Mine was actually, my meerschaum was a carving. I don't even know what happened to it.
Yeah. Well, there was a friend of mine had one. His father actually had it. It was the actual carved meerschaum. I don't remember what the actual name of the material is, but it's white and
Mhm.
it's beautifully carved. It's easily carved, and you know, you find so many of these at estate sales and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just awesome, and they're going for incredible prices these days.
Yeah.
And they need to be smoked because you get that golden rich texture. As they
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the corn cob is the most expensive one I have. This one's average Dr. Graybo,
Mhm.
and they're about the only ones I can find in this area anymore,
Yeah.
unless you
Well-
go to antique stores and stuff, and then you have to soak them in alcohol for a while to make sure you're not catching the crud.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Sandra,
No, it's actually those are what I think actually called meerschaums, is the ones that are white like that. I
Yeah.
think actually get that full name, and I just don't know. They weren't made out of tusks or such. I just can't remember exactly what they are made out of. My dad has a couple of them.
Yeah.
He actually has a somber Bacchus, which is unique. It's always when he had one of those that's carved up. Bacchus is always laughing and jovial.
Mhm.
He's got a somber Bacchus, and then I gave him a laughing Viking because most of the ones
Oh,
that were done
wow.
with Vikings were always somber. This one's a lot, so it's like dual opposites of what they normally are supposed to be, or what you find on those pipes.
Cool. Yeah, it's like the tragedy and comedy masks.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Or Janus, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And for too long, I called it Janus.
Yeah,
I
Janus,
don't know
Janus.
why.
Janus,
Well,
Janus.
it's a Northeast Pennsylvania thing. We like to pronounce things the other way, if there is another way.
Well, I get slapped around when I mention Sandra's hometown,
Hmm.
Lancaster.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, Bet, do you know the word Hana?
Hana. No,
Hana.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Okay, that's another Northeast Pennsylvania thing. And what it is, somebody will be saying something, you'll go, yeah, that's the truth, Hannah. And what it is a corruption of ain't it.
Ain't it?
But
Oh,
gotcha.
we have combination of English, Irish, Scottish, Lithuanian, Ukrainian, Polish, and 2 or 3 others. But everybody talks so fast. And of course, in those languages, the words roll out so fast. So they just say English words that way. Hannah.
Yeah.
But then there's the other side where they extend the word, such as chimbly and film, and God, there's got to be 10 or 20 others. I can't remember right now. And of course, we don't eat sandwiches here. We eat sandwiches.
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 Yeah, and film. That drives me nuts when people say film.
Oh, you do know that one? Okay.
I do know that one. I hear that one every day. Film.
Yeah, that was kind of nuts, because when I was a little kid, I was in the country and we didn't hear that. But you come out to the suburb areas like West Pittston, and you're hearing it all the time, and it becomes part of your own lexicon. And every now and then, my father would go, "Why the hell are you saying it like that? It's film."
What
It's
drives
great.
me nuts? What drives me much is when they say "warsh."
Yeah.
Where's the R? It's like Washington. I gotta go take a wash. Wash the car.
Yeah. And water.
Water.
And of course, the Penn Dutch in the family, my grandmother was Penn Dutch. And every now and then she would let it slip. And you would hear things like, "Throw your father down the stairs, his hat." Or "out in the lights."
Yes.
That was another one.
Oh, wow.
And my sister and I going, "What?" And my
Tiger
father
Stripe.
explained it later, but
Tiger Stripes looked up Meerschaum
Mhm.
for us, so we know.
oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Tiger
Sepulite.
Stripes.
Yes, thank you, Tiger Stripes. Hey, kitty.
That is little girl.
Hey, little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, her real name is Blondie, but I call her little girl. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have Dolly down here today, but see, I'm Baron Ormon Tagge now.
Snoopy's keeping an eye on Sandra, I guess. I don't have he's not near me. So
I've got a dog sitting on each side of me right now.
Of course, Baron has more hair than I do, and I think a better beard. But,
all right. So we're gonna do my 2 assistants here.
awesome.
They're gonna help me with my top 5. I went with there's so many I could have done, but I went with the music, and I went with my 5 favorite groups, and I think Fett will probably appreciate some of them. And I think most of everybody may know some of them as well, and there may be some obscures. And I added an honorable mention because I just discovered this group and it's really, really good. It's called Blues Pills. They are a Swedish band. They go with the more of the 70s rockish style. The a female front person, very good band. My favorite song, if you look it up in YouTube, is called Little Sun by Blues Pills. They kind of go along maybe with the more avant-garde style of music. That's my honorable mention. My number 5 is Jethro Tull. You gotta have Jethro Tull. Ian Anderson is just amazing. I love his flute work, and his singing is just awesome. My number 4 is I got him in the progressive style. I don't like a lot of his pop stuff, but his more progressive stuff is really good, and that's Al Stewart.
Yes,
Year of the Cat. Yes, but my favorite song from him is, I like his historical stuff. My favorite album is the Past, Present, and Future, where he goes into various historical times. But my favorite song was the Roads to Moscow. Nice long ballad and excellent historical telling. And for historical music, probably leans to folk, but he does have rock in him. Can't beat Al Stewart. Fett may know this guy, Danzig.
Yeah,
Danzig.
Oh, stuff.
I love Danzig. I actually started listening to him after I heard Mother. Mother was
great tune.
Great song. But he's done some other stuff, and it's just awesome. Yeah. And then the Mighty Met. Metallica is up there. Metallica. What can you say? What could you say? It's Metallica. And then my number 1, and they will probably continue my number 1, except only one of them is left, and that is Hail Anti-Derivative Jill. Welcome. Is Emerson, Lake and Palmer. ELP. I was listening to them in their I was listening to them in the progressive rock era, because that's when I grew up and stuff, and started listening to ELP. Their pop stuff, I've never been a big fan of Lucky Man, but Welcome Back, My Friends, to the Show That Never Ends, Tarkus, those are anthems.
What about Benny the Bouncer?
Benny the Bouncer. Yeah. Benny the Bouncer.
Touch and Go is a great song, but that was with Rosie Powell.
Yes, I love Touch.
Emerson Lake Powell.
Yes, I love Touch and Go. And Fire. I like Fire too. But yes, they were Pirates. My first live concert was in the 90s, Emerson, Lake and Palmer at Playhouse Square in Cleveland. Absolutely an awesome experience, and just hearing them do Pirates is just amazing. So Emerson, Lake and Palmer are my gods, are my music gods, and rest in peace, Greg Lake and Keith Emerson. Carl Palmer is the last one.
Yeah.
Left.
And he was interesting. He had that stainless steel drum set
Mhm.
that weighed tons, and it actually broke a few stages. But he wanted stainless steel, and it was all engraved all over and beautiful.
Mhm. Yeah.
And just the name Brain Salad Surgery. What a name for an album.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you ever done that, Wendy Webb? ELP was awesome. I love Greg Lake's acoustic stuff. I mean, Lucky Man for me is one of my favorites, and I actually learned how to play that one. Because it's like
sorry.
3 cards.
I'm actually going to have to tell you guys. I need to get off for a second, but I'll be right back. My dog needs to go outside. She literally farted, and I'm sitting in her car.
Oh, doggy toots. Doggy toots. We'll see you when you get back, Wendy. But yeah, Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. I grew up with them.
I'll be back in a second. I need to let the dog outside.
Okay.
May the farts be with you.
Yes. It is absolutely just a great band, and I will continue to have them as a top group. In fact, I've got two of my favorite DVDs or CDs was I got the Metallica S&M, what a title, but that was when they played with the San Francisco Philharmonic. And if you want a treat, listen to them play with the orchestra in the background.
Now, do you like modern Metallica stuff?
I haven't heard a lot of modern Metallica. I think it's more, I'm staying more with the classics, like For the Bell Tolls 1.
Yeah, I like the first 3 albums. After that, I lost interest. I'm a Mustaine guy. That's probably why. But you know, I'm like, you know, if it wouldn't have been for Metallica, there wouldn't be a Megadeth. So that's why I respect Metallica. But
I like the Black Album, and off of that, 3 songs I really like. But I was never much of a, you know, the LA speed metal or anything like that. I was more into the European metal. Grim Reaper was great. Steve Grimmett is England's answer to Jeff Tate, in my opinion. And this guy, he had just lost a leg in the last 3 years to an infection when he was in Brazil, and combined with diabetes. And he's still getting up on stage and doing it. I mean, that's guts, man. That's gumption. And you had Accept, who arguably invented speed metal.
Balls to the wall.
With the song Fast as a Shark. Yeah, Balls to the Wall. What a great album. And Udo Dirkschneider today has his own thing and has for about 20 years. Awesome stuff he's done. A band from Russia called Aria. He did a duet with on a song called Still. It's worth checking out on YouTube. But, you know, the Iron Maiden, of course.
Oh, yeah, Iron Maiden.
I mean, they were always something. And, of course, Black Sabbath. With and without Ronnie Dio. I loved them with Ronnie Dio, especially.
How about the German equivalent of Iron Maiden? You ever heard of Halloween?
Yeah, they had a lot of good stuff out.
Yeah, they're a great
band. And I don't know whatever happened to them, if they're still together or not.
Yeah, they're still. Matter of fact, their original singer performs with them too. So they they do like duets and stuff. It was pretty cool. You should check them out on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I will.
How about Saxon? Anybody remember Saxon?
I remember them.
Denim and Leather was the big song they had out.
Actually, my favorite with them was Dallas 3 p.m. That
remember that.
Yeah, it was telling about the assassination of JFK.
See, now that's one band for me that's kind of the opposite of Metallica, because I didn't care for them much in the past, but a few years ago, they had a song called Red Star Falling.
Wow.
And they actually got heavier. I really kind of enjoy them more now than I did in the past.
Yeah. And of course, with the American bands, one
Yeah,
that
I see that.
everybody's forgotten these days is Foghat. And what an incredible band they were, especially, Rod Price on slide guitar. He was killer. And if you can find 2 Centuries of Boogie on YouTube, the song Driving Wheel, he absolutely goes nuts in that thing. I mean, it's just he was an amazing player. But all that bluesy kind of rock and roll that they put out is just unbelievable. And of course, my tastes in the music go from Beethoven through Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of these 70s bands are being forgotten. And of course, there's some modern stuff if you're into the blues. Samantha Fish is pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Her version of I Put a Spell on You is absolutely killer.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone here, I don't know if anyone here was ever big on the band Wasp, but
Yeah.
did you see they're going to do a 40-year
Yeah, I liked Wasp.
reunion? Yeah, and the thing of it is for like the last 20 years, Blackie was a born again Christian, so he refused to do the song "Animal F Like a Beast," and he's kicking around doing that now. So that should.
Yeah,
be
I saw that the other day, and I guess he still is of the faith, but that's one of the reasons he's kicking it around is because it is part of the catalog, but he's got this to think about.
Right.
So he'll probably do it because it's how he makes his money.
Right.
I mean, it's his job. And these days you don't sell records at all. You get practically nothing for it. So these bands have to go out and perform. And, like us with the pop culture, the movies and all, you got to satisfy the fans.
Yeah, he needs to fill the seats.
Yeah. Butts and seats equals you have a living and insurance.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it comes down to the practicality and pragmatism of the whole thing. Yeah. But I was never a fan of that particular song. But when they first came out big with "I Want to Be Somebody," I mean, that was a killer song, and it was like
that whole
who
album.
are these guys?
That whole album is just iconic to me, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's another one I couldn't.
Mind in Texas.
Yep, Last Command, that whole album too. Yep.
Blackie and then was my idol. Yeah, there was a song from the Crimson Idol I liked a lot. I can't remember the name of it, but it was an acoustic. Well, he did an acoustic version, and I just fell in love with that. And I can't remember the guitar player's name at the time, but they did a duet of that, I think, on MTV or something. But
is that "Hold On to My Heart"? "Hold On to My Heart"
might be. I'm trying to think. The first lyrics is something along the lines of, "If I looked in the mirror, what would I see?" God, I can't remember now.
That's something looking back at me. I know the song you're talking about.
Yeah. It's just a great song. And, one of the things that kills me is you get these great songwriters who go into the theatrical stuff. And a lot of people look at that and go, they can't write songs. They're garbage. Well, Ace Frehley came up with "Shock Me," and that's a killer song.
It is. It is.
And I don't care what anybody says. Paul Stanley's first solo album, when he, back in the 4 solo albums days, that was just rock and roll straight through. I love that album, and of course, Ace's album.
Yeah. Tiger Stripes is commenting on my eclectic music tastes. how all across the board.
I'm the same way. I'm across the board.
Guys, I remember hearing.
Hello? Awesome.
Are you seeing that, John?
Yep, PS10.
Actually, it's a PS120. It's
Is it?
Yeah, it's a slightly cheaper version with the metal hardware and stuff. But yeah, I thought you would appreciate that.
Yes, definitely.
That's one of my babies.
Yeah, that's one of the guitars that made me fall in love with guitars. That and Ace Frehley's Black Can-Am Les Paul. And and the Flying V, of course. But yeah, I love the Iceman style guitars. And does that one have the brass sustainer block under the bridge?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, that's that I think was exclusive to the PS10s.
Yes.
Wow.
But just an awesome design, and of course that cracked mirror finish that he did on the one.
Yeah, I
There's
wanted that one, but that one, I think I bought that guitar in 2018. The cracked mirror was 10 grand.
Yeah,
And it's
And
not
I-
even a real cracked mirror anymore. It's actually like, I think it's lucite that they carve. So yeah, I wasn't dropping
yeah,
10 grand.
Mylar mirroring.
Mm-hmm.
And online, there's the story from the guy who actually did the cracked mirror finish, and it's a pretty cool story. They started with just taking a hammer to a mirror, and it turned to dust. So they had to actually one by one draw it out and piece it out with glass cutters,
Right.
and then file down the edges. And good story. But then that was another killer guitar, and the sound is there. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But with all my work over the many years on and off doing customized jobs on guitars, I never had the guts to try that sort of a thing. I mean, I do more like I'll grab this here.
While he's getting that, hail Casey Osowski, who says he saw Metallica 5 times during the Black Tour. Truly epic.
Great to see you, Casey.
Hey,
Yes,
Casey.
welcome. Welcome, Casey. Wow.
Nice.
Hello,
Nice.
Casey.
Wow.
Love you,
Nice.
Casey. Yeah, that's my Korean Les Paul. Actually, an Epiphone that I just did. And that has the lipstick tube pickups in it. Has a really unique, jangly, kind of heavy sound to it. But
Sweet
I
looking.
did, thank you. Yeah,
Tiger
I-
Stripes has a fake Les Paul.
Well, I have the other one here. The Korean Les Pauls are really great. They were made solid. That's the best playing Les Paul style I've ever had. And this is a cheap Japanese job, actually made by Taisco Del Rey. And I just did the pickups and the skull knobs on it, if I can get them there. But that was one I just recently did.
Nice.
And not a great sounding guitar on its own, but through the signal chain, it's good. But these were pretty good players back in the day. And then
Nice.
there's the granite caster, which I haven't finished yet.
Ooh, that
And
looks
this is
nice.
actually a Stratocaster, way back there. But they came out with this stone finish spray paint several years ago, and I got a can of it, and I wondered if I can make a guitar that looks like granite. It actually came out pretty good.
You know what'll look sweet on that? A mirror pickguard.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I should be able to find one of those.
Uh-oh.
And the last one in the batch is actually the first full body I ever made, and later on screwed it up a little bit, but I'm going to be working on that next year. And that's the, I don't know if you can see this well.
Telecaster.
Yeah. And this was made from wood, mahogany, that was given to me by a master luthier named Gene Lutisco, who used to be in Scranton. And the last I knew, he was in Arizona. And he actually made a guitar, an acoustic guitar for Eddie Van Halen, which was so ornate and so decorated, and he used all these exotic woods. It was just incredible to be near the guy and watch him do this stuff. And that's craftsmanship, #1 level. You don't get better than that.
Mhm.
But he's in his shop all day long near all this sawdust and other things flying around, chain smoking cigarettes left and right. And of course, every other sentence was, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, crazy as a loon, but the master of master craftsmen. And that's something I really love and appreciate, is real craftsmanship. You know, and you see stuff like what Andy Masterson does, what Fett4Hire does. You know, whatever medium it is, if you can make it really cool, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely.
Here's my baby right here.
Give me a second here. Whoa.
Oh yeah,
Let me.
blue side.
Let me.
Yeah, that's
whoa, nice.
That's a Steve Vai Jam,
Beautiful.
Ibanez Jam 20th anniversary. There were only 300 of them made. 200 of them made it here to the United States. I managed to get a hold of one. Yeah, it's a clear acrylic body
Oh, yeah.
with
Yeah.
the paint streaks in it, and it has 7 LED green lights in it that light it up.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
That one was
Does
more. That was
Does
more
that
of an
have
investment.
handhold on the upper bout?
Does it have the handle?
Yeah.
Yeah, the monkey grip. Yeah, it's there. It's kind of hard to see in the case there, but
Okay. Yeah, because that hand grab was actually made back in the 60s with the Tysco Del Rey St. George bass. I had one of those once a long time ago. All mahogany, beautiful. But yeah, that's sweet looking. I
That
love the
is.
inlay work.
yeah, this thing weighs a ton. It's like it weighs like
Really?
11 pounds. It's
Wow.
and it has the last
Whoa.
4 frets are scalloped, and it's a
Oh,
sweet
nice.
guitar. Yeah.
Tiger Stripe says she has to look twice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Thanks for sharing your guitars, guys.
Oh, no problem.
I got a cat.
Yeah. Okay.
We got a couple of
dolphins.
those.
I got dolphins and a dog and ferrets. Now, let us see how diligent our chat can be in a top 5. You don't have to prepare. This could be totally ad hoc. Just go on there and put your top 5s of anything into the chat. When I see one, I'll bring them up and we'll read them out and have some fun. So, but go ahead. Whoever's first come, first serve.
Got another top 10 list. Worst YouTubers out there. Number 1, Ormon Tagge. What? Huh?
Oh. Please like and subscribe, Ormon Tagge, so
Yes.
it's not the worst.
Mhm.
We love you, buddy.
Yeah.
I am honored to have you here. This is
I'm honored to
again,
be here.
It's my pleasure. And
All the
it's
times
like-
I harass you in Doomcock's chat, it's like you let me on after all the harassment I
oh
gave
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like Sandra has said, this is a small but mighty channel and feisty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm hoping to grow, but it's more. I'm more like the quality over the quantity. You know, if I have a small circle, of friends that come on and just sit at the coffee bar,
Mhm.
Sit at a coffee bar and chat and have fun and show off our wares, I'm happy.
He's worried about quality, and he has me and Baron on.
He said it.
You
I
beat me
didn't.
to it, Fatty.
All right, Tiger Stripes says she can do 3 with a little story. Okay, we'll let her put her stuff out there because I know she doesn't have a connection here, so we'll give her some time to put her stuff out there and see what she comes out there. Come on, people, bring out your top 5. I think earlier on, Legatus Legion.
Yeah, he had a.
Yeah, he had
there.
something. Let me get, but I've got to. Legatus, if you could put yours on again, because I can't go all the way to the beginning of the chat. And see it.
If he goes back to the beginning, he'll go back to when he was getting wood.
Oh no! Uh-oh.
Let's take a look. I'm checking to see if I can see it here. You never know.
Let's see.
A lot of temperature talk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got it. I got it right here.
Got
if
it.
you don't mind.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, you got it?
All right.
I'll
Yeah.
bet you.
All right. Legatus Legionii, his top 5 series and novels are Dragonlance. I definitely know Conan is one of his favorites because he gave me grief on our Fantastic Four talk. Star Trek, Star Wars, and James Bond. All good series.
Excellent.
Yes.
And funny
Can't-
enough, James Bond almost made it to my list about transcribing from book to movie because of how, especially like Moonraker, how different the book is compared to the movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just the different takes.
Yeah.
That's a good
Okay.
list.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Tiger Stripes is yours. Okay, here she goes. All right. I'm going to start up here because this is probably her little story. She says, Zooey Deschanel put up a version of She and Him doing a cover of Stay a While. Commons pointed out that it was a Dusty Springfield song.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. She didn't know that version, but another one had another one in the head, and then it remembered it was by Rachel Sweet. Then fell down the Rachel Sweet rabbit hole, ended up buying a compilation CD today. So her three versions, her three fave versions of Stay a While are Rachel Sweet, Dusty Springfield, and She and Him.
Cool.
That's a good list. I've never heard of Stay a While. I know.
I haven't thought of Dusty Springfield in a long time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I hear her. I hear her songs a lot, but then I listen to internet radio more than over the air because I'm just fed up with over the air. And there's and I'll give a plug to these people. There's Radio North Sea International, which is kind of recreating the old pirate radio they had off the coast of England back in the 60s. And then there's Radio Carolina, so they'll play a lot of those songs like that on there. So and of course British hits that we don't hear in the States as well as Americans. So, and of course, Dusty Springfield's in there, and she was such a beautiful singer. Oh,
Yeah.
And I know Anti-Derivative Jail, you didn't have a list prepared. I know you're very meticulous in your preparation, but if you want to do something ad hoc, we've got plenty of time. We're having fun.
we are?
Well, I am. Isn't that what counts? Isn't that what counts? I hope everybody's having fun.
I'm having a blast.
Good.
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Let's put it that way.
And I appreciate that.
And talking going back. Oh, Anti-Derivative Drill's just started. So I'll shut up now and let you go with Anti-Derivative Drill there.
Well, no, actually, Sandra had one.
Oh, Sandra did. Oh,
Yes.
I didn't see it. Okay.
Yeah, right there.
I'm a slow reader.
Of course, Sandra's favorite 5 airplanes.
Yeah.
The Aztec, which is a multi-engine, 2-engine.
Mhm.
A Cessna 182, which is what she currently flies. I would imagine with the Garmin G1000 suite in there, not the steam gauge. A Diamond, oh, that's a sweet airplane. It's just a glider with an engine.
Mhm.
The Cessna 172, who doesn't fly the 172, and the Piper Arrow. Good choices.
Now,
Sandra, what did you think of the Galaxy star? What was it called? The Galaxy, the air. What was that plane? Where there was basically the was it the Galaxy Starship? They called it back in the 90s.
Oh, you mean the Virgin one, the one that went up high altitude?
No, not the Virgin. No, these were planes that were like Cessna and those type of aircraft, but was kind of like had the almost V-shaped wings going off of it, and they had the little oh god.
Not the
It's been such a long-
C-5A Galaxy.
No. Oh, never mind me then. I used to work in the airlines, and always, all these guys were talking about the aircraft and all that. So,
yeah. Well, I
think it was the Starship Galaxy. I think it was called Starship Galaxy, or something like that.
I don't know.
It's a prop job.
I've flown as a passenger in all of them, and have my license in the 172, and I'm working on getting my certification for the 182. And fortunately, she's teaching me, but she is very rough as a flight instructor. She hurts me a lot. I got the scars on my back.
Good. Makes you a better pilot.
That's true. Don't
true. Lighten up, Sandra. Keep cracking.
I wouldn't fly. I wouldn't have anybody else teach me. Rough as she is. Okay.
Well, I think the question on everybody's mind is, which airplane did Pudgy get to fly in?
We're still waiting on Pudgy. I think he took his nappies.
Because I
know it was a biplane.
He
I
flew
know it was a little bitty biplane.
In the one story, he flew with Sandra and you, and I can't remember what plane it was.
I don't remember it either. Sandra, do you remember which one it was? And meanwhile, we'll go over anti-derivative Jill's.
The loop.
I don't remember. This is a multiple, what they call on Star Trek Saturday Night Star Trek an Esh pick. So she's doing a 3-parter. She's saying, well, I'm looking over my son's homework and I see some planets. So here are my top 5 planets from our solar system. Okay. 5, Pluto. I agree it's a dwarf planet, but it belongs with the other 8 as an ambassador to the often forgotten Kuiper belt. Jill, I actually saw it on YouTube yesterday. Dr. Becky, it sounds like there is some big, probably the same people who demoted it are back to putting it back into planet status.
Yeah, the IAU.
Yeah. They were talking about putting it back into planet status.
Yeah, but they're also looking at calling all the moons planets.
Yes.
Yeah, redefining things. And it's, why complicate things? Planets go around the sun, moons go around.
Yeah, I saw that same video. Yeah, they're they're redefining what is a planet. So, yeah.
I mean, you could go with the argument everything's a satellite because it's orbiting around the sun.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have planets, then you have the categories. Planet. Then you have what goes around the planet, a moon.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Let's see. Then she goes 4 Saturn, 3 Mars, 2 Earth, 1 Jupiter. Thank you for having the gravity to save us from so many asteroids. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. And
Earth is overrated, by the way.
And no spoilers, but Jupiter plays a big part in my stories.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. For those who've read them.
Spoilers.
Yes.
I need to get your books, man.
Yeah, they're available on Amazon, or if you want,
I enjoyed them.
Oh, good. Where's the review? I've been looking.
I couldn't even remember to put to get into the raffle on your DM. Okay.
Speaking of which, we'll do after we go through this. As we start closing down, we will. I've done the raffle. I have the winners. We are ready to go, but we'll do that at the end. I'll keep the suspense.
So you're saying there's still a chance?
Let's see. Gaddis Legionai. His top 5 film scores. Conan the Barbarian. Wrath of Khan, of course.
Yep.
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. That is an underrated. That's the best of the prequels. That's the best movie of the prequels. Return of the King.
It is. Yeah, that was a good one.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And Return of the King and El Cid.
Yep.
Now, was El Cid the one that became Man of La Mancha? Or was it adapted? Okay.
No, that was Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Dream the impossible dream.
Mm-hmm. To dream the impossible.
Impossible dream. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else? Any other top fives? We haven't heard from Pudgy.
Where's Budgie?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, as it goes, as great as the sound, the film score for Star Trek: The Motion Picture was, because that was such an elegant, James, Goldsmith, or I can't got Mel Block his name, did such a great score. When they did Wrath of Khan, that just fit fully across it. It's one of those that just complemented the film. And for me, trying to pick one of the Lord of the Rings scores is so hard.
Mm-hmm.
I just envision one giant piece,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you can listen to it and you can still see the story. It's like Peter and the Wolf, and you can imagine because of how the music goes, and then it complements. It doesn't overpower the film; it complements it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Conan, just that boom. I mean, that's like if you had Fett4Hire going out there and doing the score, boom.
Yeah. Yeah. Son of a red shirt. Hail, son of a red shirt, and welcome.
Hi there.
He asked, isn't El Cid a Charlton Heston, Sophia Loren movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was Charlton Heston in that film. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But you got to add Flash Gordon in a film score.
Yeah.
Flash.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Another one from Legatus Legion I. The top Marvel comic series I collect. I don't think he likes Conan. I really don't. I don't think he likes Conan.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah. The Savage Sword of Conan, the Barbarian, Conan the Barbarian, King Conan, and the Conan Saga. Yeah. No, he doesn't like Conan.
No.
No, he doesn't.
Not even a little bit.
No.
Quit ragging on Conan. Come
Yeah.
on. It's a good kid.
Yeah.
You know what I did is, the wife has that Audible. You know what they had for, I think it was for free, the entire Conan series by Howard. So that's what I'm listening to, on my audiobooks, on my drive.
Oh, okay.
Around.
Yeah, my dad was a big fan of the Conan books, and he was a big fan of all kinds of the science fiction pulp novels.
Mm-hmm.
To the extent that the basement where I'm sitting right now is 20 by 40 or 50, and when it was just the 2x4 framing down here, he had the place practically insulated with all his books all the way around.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of kicking myself because there were some classics in there we should have saved.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it was, the stuff was almost turned to dust. Because these were going back into the 30s and 40s some. But, we had tons and tons and tons of all different things. Isaac Asimov and Zane Grey, for the Westerns. And there was the other one, can't remember. But, I mean, tons and tons of books all around here.
I have a ton of books. My dad does. I can't wait to get that collection. I don't want my dad to die, but I can't wait to get the collections. But don't let the long-suffering Mrs. Tagge hear this, too. She
we kept all the railroad books, and
yeah.
Hang on just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Big Daddy MRI, his top 5 books.
Yeah, still got that one.
Big Daddy MRI has his top 5 books. Rendezvous with Rama, A Bridge Too Far. Oh, I agree. Dr. Zhivago. I haven't read that one.
I never read
Dune.
that one.
Of course, I've read all of Dune.
Mm-hmm.
And the Foundation trilogy.
Yeah, and I have to stay with the trilogy. Once you get past the trilogy and the newer stuff they did in the 80s, I didn't think that was as good. But yeah, the Foundation trilogy, excellent.
Yeah, we still have this one that was my grandfather's.
Ooh, the Man of Bronze.
Yep,
That's
1933. And I think this is a first edition. But I've been wondering how much that's worth. But you can see the pages have turned to that brown that wants to go to dust eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a few choice ones we have, but not many.
I love Doc Savage.
Yeah, they had that movie back in the 70s of him.
Yeah.
And Ron Ely played Doc Savage.
Yeah.
And I know, who was it?
They only did like 2, didn't they?
I think just the one. But the guy who was on that show in Hawaii with was a detective show in the 80s. Had a
Magnum PI?
Yeah. The one fella, the stuffy British fella.
Oh, yeah. Higgins.
Yeah.
Higgins. I don't know his name, but I knew the character. Yeah.
Who wasn't British? He was a Texan.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But yeah, and he was in the Ellery Queen Mysteries, which was a lot of fun way back when.
Rest his soul. He's not with us no more,
Yeah.
sadly. I what I have to add to a book list on there is my favorite book, The Count de Monte Cristo.
Yeah,
That's one of Alexander
I
Dumas.
love that book.
Yes,
I love that book.
It's a wonderful book. I, Claudius, and his follow-up, Claudius the God. I think that's another one of my favorites right there. And, of course, what was the other one I was going to think of here? Claudius God, and I'll think of it later. But those two, I definitely want to throw in on that one. Of course, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
and my favorite book of all time was Mother West Wind's Were Stories. Shows you how much I read. I read that as a little kid, and recently started, binge reading all of Pudgy's adventures. And, I'm reading that, and it's like I'm back to being a little kid again. It was just so much fun reading that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting into the darker ones.
Yes. Hail Cobalt for the Pudgy stories, and hail Pudgy. Legatus, my favorite books. I'm more of the very few science fiction. I do like the reading the Star Trek, the Star Trek novelizations of any types, the Star Wars. I've read a few I've read like Martin Caden's work. I've read the old Planet of the Apes books. Someone tells me I have to read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
You have to, man.
Yeah, I did read that one. That was funny as hell.
Yeah. My tastes lean more toward the military thriller. I got started with Tom Clancy's Hunt for Red October, and read Tom Clancy, Dale Brown, who happens to be a CAP member. Actually met him once at a national conference. Nice guy, really nice guy. My favorite book series is by W.E.B. Griffith.
Oh yeah.
The series The Core. That one I will read that one. The paperback versions are already dog-eared. It's just I can go back and read it over and over. He is an awesome author. Rest in peace. But The Core.
What about science fiction military pop boilers? Have those interest you at all?
The Dolphin Wars does.
No bias, right? No bias at all.
No bias.
None at all.
None at all.
Because I know Timothy Zahn did like Cobra Strike, and Cobra. He did the Black Collar, which were kind of military type science fiction. And David, I can't remember his name. He's got the one with the heroine. They go through the whole era, kind of doing like a hornblower type.
No. again, I regular science fiction. I kind of have not been much into.
Yeah.
We'll forgive you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Top 5 British comedies from Legatus.
One of my other favorite British comedies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red Dwarf, Benny Hill, Monty Python. Hail Monty Python. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Carry
also
on.
like Are You Being Served?
Are you being
Yeah.
served? Yep.
Are You
Yes,
Being
ma'am.
Served is hilarious.
Faulty
Waiting-
Towers.
Waiting for God was another one that was great.
Yes, Minister. Yes, Prime Minister. That's another one I love watching. For radio, the Navy Lark
Ah,
in the Burgess and the Hancock half hour for that was television and radio. But Tony Hancock.
oh, okay. Let's
And-
see.
My question is with the Benny Hill. Have you seen the BBC Benny Hill, not the Thames? Because it's almost like two different characters, two different forms of comedy.
Huh. I only know the one. I only know the Thames.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Thames television from way back, and you go onto YouTube to try and see it today, and it's all cut up.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is.
Of course.
It's not like it was.
Benny Hill was kind of like the Ernie Kovacs of the BBC.
Yeah,
Where Ernie Kovacs, and then for his BBC, when he was on the BBC show, he actually did one where he was all the people on the show. It was like a panel show, and it was all him. And at that time, it was unheard of. So he was doing the same stuff that Ernie Kovacs was doing on our American TV, where it's like, let's take it away from from vaudeville, and actually use this medium to its full effect. And Benny Hill was one of those instigators for British.
yeah,
And he doesn't get that credit. He's always remembered as that dirty old man running around with that, which is hysterical. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
But,
And he had great people: Louise English, gorgeous, and Bob Todd, Henry McGee.
mhm.
I can't remember the little guy's name. He was a famous Irish comedian before he went to Benny Hill.
Yeah.
But I mean, awesome. Jackie something. Oh, I can't remember his name. But that was an awesome show. I loved that.
It was.
And of course,
I
being
remember
16
Benny
and
Hill.
seeing all those girls was boobies.
Yep.
Huh?
Top comedy duels. Cheech and Chong. Doug and Bob McKenzie. McLean and McLean. Wayne and Schuster. Tim Conway and Don Knotts. Conway and Corman, close second.
Oh, that is
Foreman was
That's
amazing.
a very good list, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hard one between Don Knotts and Conway and Corman.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I almost,
That would be a coin
Yeah.
flip.
yeah. I mean, I almost put the other, just the other way around, just by that much, because it was always fun watching Tim Conway trying to make Corman laugh.
Yeah. And actually, Corman losing it a couple of times.
Oh, a couple,
The dentist sketch especially.
and of
Tim
course,
Conway.
yeah, and you know how Bob and Doug McKenzie came about, don't you?
SCTV.
Yes.
Yeah, on STV, but why they came about on STTV?
Yeah. It was always that. Those
There's a
two are
great
the reason
stories.
I love Carol Burnett.
Mhm. Oh, okay. But Bob and Doug McKenzie came about on SCTV because it was a Canadian show, and up in Canada, they have to have a certain amount of Canadian content in there by rules and regulations, and they hated that. So they thought, hey, why don't we do this Bob and Doug thing just for a joke? And it just took off, and everybody started loving that. Good day, eh? My name's Bob. This is my buddy Doug, eh? Let's go out and get a two for, eh? Oh yeah, you hoser. And,
Yeah, and they did that song with Geddy Lee.
yep, take off.
Dude, a
Great
great white
white
north.
north. Take off.
Go, 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 go. And if you Strange Brew, you got to see Strange Brew.
Mhm.
Eh?
Oh yeah, I remember that movie. Eh?
And there
That
was
was
the other
a
bit on
funny
there.
show. I remember that one.
Hello, Sci-Fi Nation. Welcome aboard. I'm not sure what you mean. If you could clarify what you mean, and I'd be happy to explain. Unless you just want to know the theme, just because it's just the chat, just having fun. No theme, just people gathering around and just having fun. And I don't know. Yep, BS session. I don't know what you mean about the no link. If you could I'd be happy to explain once you let me know.
We got the missing link.
Whoa!
You better watch it, Baron. He's probably plotting some deviltry and shenanigans.
Already starting up. He's starting up right now. I'm poking the Mandalorian. I should know better.
The shenanigans are beginning. I've learned to take things very circumspect when it comes to Fett, because they've come to get me.
You gotta watch what you say about me.
I love it when he does it, though. I think it's great.
Oh yes, he's amazing. Hey Snoop.
Hey Snoopy. Oh, what a cutie.
Yeah. I guess he's tired of walking around.
Nap time.
Yep, nap time. All right, let's see. Well, I did send a link, Sci-Fi Nation. I don't know what. I don't know where you didn't get it at. Let's see. Anti-derivative Jill. She's got some good books on here. Brave New World, 1984. Oh, yeah. Catch 22. Yeah, I remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
Watership Down. Dragons of Eden by Carl Sagan.
Mm-hmm.
Good list.
Yeah, the first two were the books I was forced to read in high school, and they screwed me up for the rest of my life.
Cheyenne.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think that's when depression set in.
Oh, especially 84. Oh,
yeah.
That's why I prefer Animal Farm.
Well, they made my nephew read 1984 when he was in high school, and my sister told me about it, and I was livid. And I told her, don't ever let him read either of those books, because, that just brought me right down. And, of course, now you see the world as it is, and, hey, it's 1984.
Mm-hmm.
You never think it would happen, but there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's see. Okay. Her top 5 animals. Let's see. Elephants.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I liked you, Jill. Dolphins.
Well, except for one thing, she didn't have it number 1. She should have had it number 1 for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There. He likes you too. Ravens. Bonobos. Okay, I don't know
What the heck is that?
Yeah, I have to confess, I'm ignorant of that one.
I'm ignorant, but I also don't know what that is.
Yeah. Never heard of bonobos. And then, of course, dogs and cats.
Mm.
I would
It's a type of
ferrets.
monkey, I think.
You might be right. Maybe she can let us know. Educate us, please.
Yes,
I want to
dogs.
learn. I have to put sea otters in there. I like sea otters and penguins.
Yeah.
Gotta add ferrets.
Fair.
And puffins.
Oh, they're like chimps, but better.
Mhm.
He says.
Cool. Yeah. Did you guys hear about the truck crash last night in Danville, PA?
No.
Dump truck crashed into
the
a
monkeys got
trailer
loose.
truck. Yeah, the monkeys,
monkeys.
are out.
Yeah.
And I guess they're trying to make their way to Scranton to find that 30,000 pounds of bananas that crashed there in the 1950s.
A lot of monkey business going around.
Oh, yeah.
Dun-dun. Yes.
Yeah. Hang on just a second.
Well, there's an infinite amount of them on a typewriter writing for STD and Picard.
Snorter Poopus put a top 5 in there. Good
Ooh.
Bear. Lord of the Rings, especially Fellowship. And I knew I liked you, Snort Patton.
Yes.
Yes, Patton. George C. Scott. Did anybody see The Last Days of Patton? That was good.
No, I never seen that one.
Yeah, it had George. Yeah, it was a sequel to
Okay.
it, and had George C. Scott.
Oh, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was in it, and it was a continuation from Patton, and it went through when he died, and kind of left a mystery there as to what happened to him.
There's no debating that
on
one.
YouTube.
Huh?
I think that's free on YouTube now.
Yes, it is free on YouTube.
Okay.
That's where I saw it.
Okay, I have to watch it.
Prisoner of Zenda.
Dolly.
And In Harm's Way. I remember that movie. John Wayne and Kirk Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
that was a good movie.
Yeah.
I like that.
The 300 Spartans. I remember that movie.
Good films in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Harm's Way goes right along with They Were Expendable. Another good, great John Wayne film.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of going in the military mind, I can think of some military films I personally like, like 12 O'Clock High with Burt Lancaster.
Oh, yeah.
That's an excellent one. Of course, another one of my favorites, Kelly's Heroes, with John Wayne. I'm not John Wayne, but Clint Eastwood and Telly Savalas, Don Rickles. I mean, that's just a fantastic one.
Yeah, and Battleground with Van Heflin. That was really good.
I just saw last week Run Silent, Run Deep. That was a good one.
Yes.
Hey, Basil. Welcome.
Basil.
Das Boot.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I haven't seen that one yet. I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't seen it all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What about, speaking of George Papard, the Blue Max?
Oh, yeah, Blue Max.
Oh, yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, how can I forget that one? That was a great one with Papard in there.
Lord Thoth is here. Hey,
Lord Thoth.
My scuba diving friend, not a friend of dolphins. Oh, well.
But why?
Yeah, why?
They're so
Why
cute,
doesn't
and ugly, and much bigger than me.
They've got personality.
And all the different types.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Atlantic spinner dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
They spin.
Spin.
Wee.
Okay. Well, Tiger Stripe's got to head out, so.
Bye, Tiger Stripes.
Yes,
Tiger
thank you for
Stripes.
coming. Thank you for coming. Glad you had
Thank
fun.
you. Good night.
Yes. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your
Take care and
weekend.
stay safe.
And thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
I always find doing a top 10 list thing so hard to do because I'm so eclectic in my tastes and likes, and it's like, it kind of comes with like I really like them all type of things. It's like you have that film. It's like I suppose it comes down which one do you watch more. Okay, I'm going to put this film in again. I'll put this film in again.
Yeah.
And it depends, I suppose, on your mood, your feeling. Like with music, I'm eclectic just like you, Raymond. I love the Kingston Trio, the New Christie Minstrels, AC/DC, Billy Joel, Phil Collins. All across the board. Yeah, Don Williams.
Dangerous Phil Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he was awesome.
hmm And of course, Genesis, along with some of the prog rock that they had going in there, ELP. Uh, uh, let's see what of course, old country. I'm talking about old country. Waylon Willie, Don Williams, and
Dolly
all
Parton.
this. Dolly, ooh, yeah.
Hubba hubba.
She could sing too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, she's a great singer.
Yeah.
That's because she has great lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can. Yeah.
Would love to see the boom armor for her.
Whoa.
Go ahead, Fetty.
I think they call it an A1 Abrams.
Yeah. I mean, she's having a hard enough time standing upright as it is. Put that armor on it.
Oh yeah. You ever see her walking down a hall? It looks like two Graf Zeppelins fighting a headwind.
Oh boy, there went my train of thought.
Well, I just got derailed like Amtrak. I tell
Oh
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
the partisans have taken out the rail.
I think that's one thing. This entire panel likes boobs.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Damn straight.
Boobs work.
Hail or Thoth, if I didn't say it. Let's see. Snort has a top animals. Polar bears, of course.
Bias.
Yes. Dolphins. Thank you, Brother Bear. Walruses, silly looking but delicious. Four. Seals, cute but delicious. 5. Pigs, bacon. Enough said.
There we go.
Give that guy, give that bear 4 salmon and chin
You need
scratchies.
some.
Yep.
Even better.
Chin scratches.
Bacon wrap seal.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
There we go. Bacon wrap seal for him for that one.
Yes. Hail
Yeah,
Pacific 414.
Hey, Pacific.
Yes, people are just coming in now. I'm glad you guys are. We are having a great time.
I didn't scare anybody away yet.
Yeah, no. Again, Just Cuz is a no theme show where we just have coffee, chat, just basically have fun and enjoy each other's company. And hopefully the chat has fun as well. Son of a Red Shirt says, haven't seen Das Boot. There are some fantastic sub-warfare movies. That one is at the very top.
Yeah, that's one I never had a chance to get to see all the way through, and hoping to one of these days.
Yeah.
Probably got to find the DVD, CD, the disc thing with the hole in the middle and that shines. And put it in a player thing.
Oh, you mean Laserdisc?
Yeah, yeah, it's smaller than that though. It's,
Okay.
You know,
They have smaller? Oh.
well, like boobs, they come in all sizes.
Well, I think the bigger the better. So Laserdisc got to be the best, right?
Son of a Red Shirts. Son of a Red Shirt is the top 5 Peckinpah films. The Wild Bunch, Ride the High Country, Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. What a title.
Don't know that.
Pat Garrett, and Billy the Kid, and Cross of Iron. I've seen Cross of Iron. That's a good movie.
Peckinpah was good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Has anybody read the novel The Blue Max?
No, I haven't.
No,
I need to.
No.
Have to check that one out.
I've read Iron Man and Wooden Wings, but not that one.
Yeah. Oh, what's his top 5? Wendy?
Top
I think
five.
that's Squeaky Toy.
What?
I hear,
Your dog.
yeah, your dog sounds like she's
Yeah.
got a top 5.
I heard squeaky toys,
Yes.
treats,
Yep. Stealing
walkies,
things.
stealing things.
Yeah. Going out, walks.
Looking out for the walks would be number 1. That's what she's asking for right now.
Sniffing butts. Sniffing butts, I think, was in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This has been a
She's
great
a funny
chat.
dog.
Well,
She has a
Snoopy-
tendency because she's a whippet and she's got like real long, slim body and legs, and she curls herself up when her nose actually touches her butt whenever she's sleeping, and I've seen her wake herself up farting. It's pretty funny.
Ooh. Well, you could see the big napper over there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had his dog day. It's time for him to sleep in. So this guy's was great. I've had a fantastic time.
Awesome.
I hope everybody else has had a great time, and I hope everybody in the chat is fine. Had a good time. Well, self snip.
Wrapped in bacon.
I'd never had a dog that did that before. It's so funny.
Leave it to snort. What a good bear. What a good bear. And then Jill just got a sushi craving. I wonder why. Snort.
I never could get into sushi. I tried, but I never could.
Oh, I love sushi. As long as it's not the
I don't care for it.
as long as that it doesn't have any of the bottom feeders. I can take tuna sushi.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I can't take eel and because I can't eat it. So
My daughters love it, and they go and eat, sushi here, sushi there. Okay, have fun.
I like my seafood hot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My buddy does bacon wrapped scallops. Oh my God.
Oh,
Awesome.
Yeah.
And he
Ditto.
uses the big scallops.
Mm.
And of course, he's Italian guy. He knows how to. Oh my God, does he?
I love
I
salmon.
imagine.
I love salmon.
I got to go to his house tonight.
Invade and get some seafood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I went to Norway one time, they served us salmon steaks, and they were literally this thick,
Ooh.
Yeah.
and it's like huge. It's like they plopped down. It's like almost cover the entire plate. And that was like 1982. I was a young kid at that time. It's like, what the heck is this? It's like my dad goes, "It's salmon. Eat it. You'll like it."
Jill's like salmon. Yeah, I like salmon on sushi too. That would be good to see. That would be good to see. I'd watch that sci-fi.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the Legatus's top 5 pizzas. Fresh, takeout, delivered, on my plate, in my stuff.
Yeah.
I agree totally. The only pizza I won't take is the pineapple.
No.
Pizza.
Well, that and the white pizza from Old Forge because it's 90% garlic.
Mm.
Mhm.
And
I love garlic.
Old Forge, Pennsylvania is where they invented it, and it's the pizza capital basically of the country. Nobody really knows about because literally on every corner there used to be a pizza shop, and all different kinds, all different tastes. It was amazing. And you could be happy or get sick in the same place. It was just awesome, and they also had 2 strip clubs. Wonder why
Good club
But
to
you
be
wouldn't
at. I like
wouldn't know about that, would you?
I was alive in the 80s. Let's put it that way.
that. Yeah, so was I.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, My buddy
My-
Wendell and I, we used to start at the Tilbury and Nanticoke, and we'd hit every strip club all the way up to Binghamton. And that's about 80, 90 miles.
Wow.
And I'm sitting in the back seat because he's drinking 7 and 7s the whole night. I'm on the floor of the back seat waiting for the accident to happen till we get to the next place. You know, it's like, oh my God.
Oh, that was a different time, wasn't it?
Oh, it was
Yes,
amazing.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Back when firefighting was dangerous and sex was safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. I think we've had a fantastic time. I think we need to start winding it down. And I know a lot of you are wondering with bated breath who won the raffle.
Oh, that's right. There's a raffle.
Yes, the raffle.
Drum roll.
Okay, drum roll. Da-boom. Okay, a little background on it. I wanted to give back to everybody
Yeah.
for helping this channel get to where we the first milestone, and I wanted to put do a raffle, and we had people come in and do it, and the two prizes. The second prize would be an autographed copy of All's Fair, and the grand prize would be autographed copies of both All's Fair and Peacemaker. Those are my two books. So you will get the copies. So the raffle, people sent me the raffle, their names. I drew the names yesterday. It was done very scientifically, and I have two winners. Drum roll, please. Again. Okay, for the single copy of where am I? I've gotten lost.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
I'm not playing.
Come on, Raymond. Okay, technical difficulty. The winner of the second prize, the autographed copy of All's Fair, the winner is John Rendell. Yay!
Awesome!
That's right.
Yay!
Yay!
John Rendell.
Or should I do it like they do on G4?
Awesome. Thank you, Ray.
Okay, and now the grand prize winner. The autographed copies of both All's Fair and Peacemaker. The winner is Legatus Legionii. Hey!
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. John and Legatus, please send me your mailing address so we can send you the prizes.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yes,
Congratulations.
congratulations to both of you.
I'd like to thank my producer and my agent. And
I'm going to be a sore loser.
What else is new?
Whoa! Whoa! Ouch!
Yay!
I love it. Gotta love it.
Ouch. Oh man! Hey, do you need help taking the knife out of the front?
It shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Raymond,
Yes, sir.
you're next.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh my goodness! That is
Oh
awesome!
my God. That's why he's the king, you know?
Yes, he is the evil genius.
Absolutely. Oh my God, that's awesome.
That's good. I've never been that built. I have never had guns that size.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, good.
I'm not saying that's why I was a little quiet earlier. You know, I wasn't doing anything.
No, I'm sure.
When I get quiet, there's no need to be worried about anything.
Oh, yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
That one,
What you up to?
Well,
What you
usually-
up to?
usually he's like, you give him the ideas. You give him a second idea. It's like up and about before the idea has left your head and before you've articulated it. This one took some time.
I fed him some ideas. He's done great work with them too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like that.
Yes. I guess Sci-Fi Nation would like to do an open panel after this stream. So anybody wanting to go there, feel free. Just let us know.
What's the link to his? Yeah.
Yeah,
What
get
link is there?
get the link out and we'll put it on the stream. And Sandra says Packers and somebody else.
Come on, Mr. Mouse.
Yeah, I'll be watching the Packers.
They still
The
have
Packers.
Yes, they got a team, John.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I haven't followed football since Carter was president.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not a sports guy.
Me either.
I figured, all these guys making more money in a minute than my father makes in a year for playing a game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I like the local games. You have your local ball teams or whatever.
Yeah, the high school teams.
Yeah. Well, even like the really, really minor, like in Chaska, we have the Chaska Cubs. So, they're a pretty good team that they have there. They play the local cities around. It's like, well, they're playing it for the love of the game. They're not getting, getting money, a ton of money for that. The only professional I really like is I try to follow rugby as best as possible. And of course, we're talking about boring sports earlier there, Raymond. I sometimes try to watch a cricket game.
I've tried to understand cricket. I think I have a little bit of a handle on it. But what I really loved when ESPN was doing it was Australian rules football.
Oh, yes, yes.
That was really cool. And they had strange rules like you're not allowed off the field unless you have a serious injury. And death is not considered a serious injury.
No, it's about the same as rugby.
You stay there,
Yeah, it's like rugby.
Yeah, and
So,
rugby
as
was
they
huge back in the coal mining days. Rugby was huge up in northeast Pennsylvania with the miners.
Yeah, I mean, when they came back to the Olympics, and they didn't show any of this last time, which made me mad. But when the first year they brought that back, I was right in front of the television watching all the rugby games they had going on there. My team is the All Blacks out of New Zealand. I just fell in love with the All Blacks and enjoy watching them. Sorry, American team. Sorry, Eagles. Fiji's my second.
And that's what Snort says about crickets.
Well, it got scary when I did start understanding what cricket is. Like, I've been watching this too much. Okay, now I understand the game. What the heck,
Yeah. Okay, well, let's start winding this up, guys. That cat is so friendly.
This is Mouse, Mr. Mouse. He owns me.
Hello, Mr. Mouse.
Hey, Mr. Mouse.
Yeah, he's my cranky. Quick story before we go. Him and his brother, unfortunately, his brother passed. His brother was Bobo. He was bigger and fluffier and dumber. Big dumb Bobo, we called him. And unfortunately, he did pass, which kind of hurt us, but we still have Mouse. But my daughter found them in around November in her mother's backyard. And they're just maybe 4 weeks old, just lost and wandering around in the backyard there.
Mhm.
So she rescued them, and it's like, okay, then guess where they ended up?
Right there. Well, I had way back when I had a Maine Coon who
Ooh.
somehow got into the spare tire of my pickup truck. My ex-wife came home and said, "Yeah, there's a cat. He hitchhiked, and he was. She put him in. She put him in our bathroom in our apartment. I guess she wanted him, and but wanted to make sure I wanted him. And I opened the door, and that was just the calmest, quietest, biggest cat I've ever had. And he was my best friend, and unfortunately he caught diabetes
Oh.
and passed, and that was not fun. And then I started developing allergies to cats, and had to change to a dog and 4 ferrets. So
I have 2 cats and 3 dogs.
oh wow.
Yeah, it's a zoo here.
Okay, well, guys, we're gonna have to do this again.
Definitely.
Guys and gal, we're gonna have to do this again, and we'll figure another bit of mayhem to regale to the best chat in YouTube. I love you guys out in the chat. You guys are amazing, and you guys in the panel are fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Before I start saying goodbye to the chat, Baron Ormon, please plug your channel.
Of course, it's basically it's Baron Ormon Tagge here on YouTube, and like I said, I just try to do like either 5-minute ones, sometimes 1-minute little jaunts, and then every Wednesday I try to have my Baron After Dark at 9:00 Central Standard Time, where I like to talk to fellow YouTubers and such. Sometimes not even YouTubers. We'll get to that point sometime, hopefully soon. And it's just a general like we're doing right here, except it's one-on-one instead of having a panel. So, and then of course. For myself, also, I work with the Kings with 24/7 Fusion Media, Vigilante Williamson, and of course, Fat Steven Seagal. So that's me.
All right, Fat, do your thing.
It's just me, Fett4Hire here on YouTube. Yeah, everybody knows the Doomcock stuff. If you like that, yeah, I put them in video form and all kind of other stupidity. So if you like mindless entertainment, check me out.
That's mindless, all right.
It's fun.
Yes, it's very fun.
But of course, Fett4Hire makes me want to go rob him.
What's
Yeah,
that?
I want to rob because he shows all the Star Wars toys. I'm going to go over there someday. I'm going to raid his place.
Oh yeah. I got to do more of those videos too. Yeah, I got lots of stuff I can show.
Hey, if you do a stream, bring me. I'd be happy to come on, Fat. If you do a live stream,
Same here.
Cool.
Same here. If you want me,
go. Yeah. I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Ask.
Wendy, again, thank you for coming. I know you don't have a channel. Anything you want to say about yourself and the amazing trauma team? We lost her again.
Did we say Olga?
I don't know. Okay.
What if we say Brooker?
No, I'm here. I'm just everything kind of sounds garbled.
Okay.
Well, that's because Fett was talking.
My internet isn't so good right now.
Oh, okay. Well, Wendy, again, thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure when you come on, and you and I have a lot of fun when you come on.
Oh, anytime. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And definitely
Appreciate you inviting me. Thank you so much. Love all you guys.
Love you too, Wendy. Nice to talk to you.
Yep. Say hi to Jimmy for us and Olga.
Nice to talk to you.
And John.
Okay. Yeah, Jimmy's still asleep. She's poor thing.
Oh.
Well, I have one thing I'd like to plug.
Okay.
and that is this fan, because these are very very good fans, and they're approved by Baron Ormon Tagge. I recommend them highly, and so there's that.
Oh,
Thank you, Ray and Sandra, for having me on again, and Baron, I've enjoyed being with you. Fett4Hire, always my brother, and Wendy, keep up the great work there at the hospital. You do amazing stuff, and my best
We try.
to Olga too. I hope she recovers fully and is able to sing for us one day.
Appreciate
yes,
Oh,
we got to have
Yeah.
Olga on. We've got to
Yeah.
have Olga on.
Yeah.
And of
All
course,
right.
John's my super wrench. So
it. Give her some
okay.
time. So
Yes.
You know, Baron only bought that fan so he can say he has a fan, right? Like,
yeah, I have one fan. One. Actually, I got two. I got a second fan.
Oh, okay.
wow.
Well, we'll get you more fans. Wait, okay. What I miss? What I miss? Where's the second fan?
That's in the other room.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Now, is the
Yeah.
cat batting at it?
No, the cat's licking himself.
Oh, okay.
Ew.
See, if I could do that, I'd never leave the house.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little TMI. Yeah.
My cat keeps on going. There used to be something down here. It's not there no more.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we brought the one back from the vet. They were here this morning. I don't understand.
Yeah. I have to agree though.
Mm.
Okay. Bring two
Awesome.
fans and do a fan dance.
That sounds like a wager.
All right. Good.
Oh my god, that was.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
When did
So
this go wrong?
yeah, this has gone way off the rails, but that's okay. All
Well,
right.
this is Mayhem.
So good night to the individual. I will say good night to each and every one of you, because each and every one of you are important to me, and you help get this. You help this channel get to where it's at right now. So good night to Legatus Legion 9. Congratulations again for winning the 2 books. And it's always a pleasure to have you come on. The second I open up the chat 2 days in advance, he's over there making, letting just coming on, making sure that the lights are on and that we're ready to go. Tyrant Beard, he was here. I'm glad you were here, and we got to get you over here. I hope things will work out so you get here into the States. Pudgy Hedgehog. Sorry you had to take your nap and disappear. Loved your entrance, coming in with a parachute, playing the James Bond song. Thank you for coming.
Awesome.
Andy Masterson, the amazing creator. Thank you for being
Yes.
here. Big Daddy MRI, I'm glad you're here, my fellow wrench and my friend. Thank you for coming and supporting. Brightest Day was here, and thank you for coming. Tiger Stripes, thank you for your support. Thank you for your top 5s, and thank you for your conversation. It's always fun talking to you. Anti-derivative Jill, you're amazing. You do amazing work on the community, on the Star Trek Saturdays, and our discussions are fantastic. And loved your top 5s here. Thank you very much. You're amazing. Casey Osowski, what can I say, brother? Thank you for coming. Thank you for your list, and thank you for supporting us. Son of a Red Shirt, same there. Enjoyed your company, your lists, and your friendship. Marks 47, thank you very much for coming, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you for your your support. Sci-Fi Nation, welcome. I know this is probably either the first or the second time you've come here. And please, people, go to his channel right after this. He's going to have a live stream on, and like and subscribe your channel. And thank you, Sci-Fi, for coming on board.
And I just subbed to him.
Oh, good. Yes, good. I'm going to sub to him as soon as I get off here. And Basil, thank you for coming for the first time. Glad you are here and to support us. Lord Thoth, thank you very much for coming on board. Always a pleasure, my friend. Oh, the lovely Sherry, thank you for coming on board. Thank you for coming over. And I hope you get to, I don't know if you were lurking or not, but I hope you get to enjoy the mayhem here and have a good time. And Pacific 414, thank you for coming. Thank you for thank you for joining this fun. I think it was a great time.
I had fun.
We all had fun, and especially I would like to thank my amazing panel here. Wait, did I? Yes, I did. I forgot. Snorter Poopus, you have a good night. Hopefully, we'll see you tonight at the Saturday night stream. And if not, we'll send you some salmon and char and sushi. We'll stuff you. Thank you again. Thank you again, Brother Bear. I am happy that you're my friend. You're my bear brother, and that you support us. And of course, to my channel, Bear and Ormon Tagge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fett4Hire, my brother from another mother, the amazing. I'm going to at least say thank you for the rest to the rest of the people before showing that Fett. Thank you again, my friend, my brother, my graphic designer. Just you do amazing things. Subscribe to Fett4Hire, to Bear and Ormon Tagge, to Sci-Fi Nation. Just support everybody. Wendy, what can I say? Thank you very much. You are amazing. Say hello to the team. I hope they enjoyed this video and have a good time. Had a good time. And Fez4Hire, as always, great time here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was an honor and a privilege.
Oh, thank you. So, I'm afraid to look at this.
Oh no!
Somebody get
No,
me. I may pass out from.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yes.
Oh my God. Fett, you madman. You madman.
You got to put that one on Facebook, definitely.
That's got to go on your video.
I need it. I need that one. I got the one in Carbonite too on my channel. So.
Awesome.
Fett, you are a wild man.
Oh, thank you.
The Robin Williams of graphics.
Yes, definitely. So everybody, I had a great time. I'm glad everybody else did. And we will continue to make waves. Look forward to seeing you all again. I forgot to tell what's coming up on the plates. Fett, you know what? This is what you do.
Oh no!
Next Wednesday, hopefully we're going to have PJ from Ormaville Nation. We just watched the first 4 episodes, so we're psyched to talk to PJ. And just remember, March will be the return of the Orville. I'm excited because we've already started binging it and love it. On February 2nd, we're going to have Maria with T and Telly. Come on. On the 5th, my drum instructor, who also built from the ground up a music store and music guitar store and music lessons. He's my drum teacher, Bailey Kircheville. I'll be interviewing him on the 5th. On the 9th, we're going to have 32 flavors of Nick Weiser come on and join us. And the 16th, I will be having a woman pilot roundtable. So that's what's coming on the pike for the end of January and February. So as you can see, we're continuing to make some waves, and I hope you all come back to make some waves with us. And everybody, have a good night. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Night, everybody.
Adios.
Love you all.
Take care.
Love you all.
Yep, take care.